Yeah, Prophet Marshall Occurrence. So this video is going to be basically straight to the point. We're going to be talking about evidence and how you're supposed to approach people with when you have an accusation. Because the truth is, man, we live in a time of ignorance. I mean, it's the last days. So ignorance, as many would say, is at an all-time high. Ignorance is being done for fun. People are doing ignorance for fun, for mere fun. It don't matter if it's right or wrong. It don't matter if it's at your expense. It don't matter if they ain't really got no credibility on what they saying. They don't really know for sure. It don't matter to them. And then you got people that's serious. But it's almost like you're not intelligent because you don't realize that everybody else is not as serious as you about finding out the truth or figuring things out. They don't care. So then you're smart enough to realize everybody out here don't care. They're out here because they're ignorant. They don't care if they're right or wrong. It doesn't matter. They feeding off the ignorance. That's what it is. And you can't tell me it's not true. See, when you stop being biased towards black people, listen, you're going to come to the truth. That many black people are out here, in the case of my situation, is because they ignorant. They feed off the energy, this monster that you started, and of accusing me like I'm subject to your opinion in the first place. I'm not subject to your opinion. I'm a grown man. You forget this. I'm subject to my parents' opinion when I'm a child, but not even my parents' opinion matters now. So how would yours matter? It don't, and this is really why it don't. Because you don't put no food in my pantry. You don't put no money in my pocket. So and that's the rules that most grown people go by. If you don't support me or put no food in my pocket, if you don't put no food in my pocket, then why should I care? You don't put no food in my pocket, bruh. You don't put no food in my pocket. So why would I care? That's real. The older you get, it's all about your needs being met, right? Your needs being met. That's the main thing you wake up and think about. Now imagine a whole bunch of people around you and they're not meeting your needs and you're like up in age. You're like in your late 30s going into your 40s. When you get around that age, all it's about is the rent, buddy. The rent and who's paying that rent and who's supporting you. If nobody's supporting you, man, I could really care less, man, because every day I wake up, I'm thinking about what I need and what I don't have on an average day. On an average day. And that means everything I need support to get. Even taxis, subway coins, all of that, all those type of things. If you don't have nobody supporting you whatsoever, I mean, as a grown man, they become irrelevant in your life. That's just what it is. The only people you care about are not people you can use, but people that care about you enough to support you. It's not about you using them. They support you enough to support you the way you want to be supported. Some people come out here and support you the way they want to support you because they're ghetto. They want to be part of a show. So it's really not support. It's really them deciding to support you the way they want to support you. Imagine that you give credit to somebody supporting you the way they want to support you, not the way you obviously need support. Like for me, I've been in and out the streets for a very long time. I would imagine that anybody that support me foundationally, that's the first thing they gonna make sure of, that I got somewhere to live. Okay, that's real. Well, all these vacant houses and all these people with thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars. How in the world you are respected by the community, but in America they won't give you no place to live. Yeah. That's how I ended up, getting in the situations I was in the first place because of me not having no place to live. Okay, so imagine somebody talking about they support you, but they ain't giving you no place to live. You ain't gonna listen, man. Listen, you ain't listen. I don't acknowledge that kind of support. I don't care about it. It's nothing. It's for other people's benefit and not mine. Obviously, if it was for my benefit, we would be able to see something tangibly. Obviously, right? So that's basically how I look at people in this American community specifically. If you don't support me and you're just sitting around ghetto trying to figure things out, listen, I do not acknowledge you. That's how it goes in this rodeo. In this rodeo, that's how it goes. Now, in your world, you might let people be all around, and you let people be ghetto in your situation and talking and this and that. You live for that. You actually live for it. I don't live for that. I live for God. I live for Jesus. I don't live for ghetto entertainment and all this. You see what I'm saying? And see, that's how far the streets went with trying to figure out everything and being everybody's business, to the point where you playing around a prophet of God, playing around God's people. This is how far it went. I'm gonna say this. This is how far they went, not how far I went. I ain't have nothing to do with it. So in the last days, it went so far that people are out here in God's people's business. And what my thing is this, man. When you start playing with somebody like me, right? And I know it's non-dangerous people. That do matter. That does matter, because see, ultimately that's what it's gonna come to. Ultimately, that's what it's gonna come to. When you start using suburban people, I'm offended, because those people don't have no idea about nothing about the streets. They don't know nothing about the street life. They don't know nothing about somebody with my mentality, right? Okay, so then when you pit them up against me, and if I was to defend myself, you gonna say I'm a bully. You gonna say I was wrong about it. But yet you put them people in my lane, and that's what I'm looking at. Whether it's your kids, whether it's you, I don't care who it is. You shouldn't be having nobody like that playing with somebody like me, buddy. Because you're gonna be the first one crying out, well, how did that happen? Well, you listen. You shouldn't have been playing. You shouldn't have had your children and you out there playing with me like y'all. And y'all suburban people. Y'all not no hood, ghetto, street people. And see, this is where it gets tricky, because you got ghetto people out here, you got street people out here, and the ones that really can see what's going on by way of principles and regulations and rules, that's who should be judging it and sitting the community down. But everybody else that's just out here, that suburban people, they ain't got no business out here with nobody like me. No, they don't. No, they don't. So you started a whole bunch of problems bringing these suburban people and their kids out here, and then you don't want nothing to happen to them because you feel like they ain't part of the streets. Well, they shouldn't have been out here then. Because I have no problem with regulating on anybody, man, woman, or child. Your children shouldn't have been out in my situation. That's how I look at it. And see, so these American clowns bring your children out here looking crazy and goofy, right? Okay, so when something happened to them, don't get mad at me. When the world start changing and things for children, don't get mad at me, because you shouldn't have brought your children out here. I'm showing you how we looking at it. At this point, we ain't giving no excuses, because you weaponized children. You used children as a weapon. Whether it was psychological by nature or it was physical, or it was on the phone or on the movies or in the internet, you use children as a weapon, and we know it. That's what you did. You used children as a weapon. That's what you did. And so then if you weaponize children, then expect something to happen. You can't just say, because see, an American will be the main one to make this mistake. You think you can come out here with children and just do whatever you want to do. And we supposed to bow down to whatever you want to do because you're using children. Any other country is not going to look at it like that. They're going to look at it like children shouldn't have been in those serious situations like this. You goofy in America like Walt Disney using children in stalking games and psychological games. We all know what you're doing. But if you went to any other country, they would smash you and the children. And they would not care. They wouldn't care, because their justification is you shouldn't have brought the children out here. And I feel the same way. I don't think like these Americans, is my point. I don't bow down to you because you're using children. I don't care. You shouldn't have, because I've lived past the time of innocence where we had respect with children and people cared about children, however you want to look at it. Now I'm the person that realized you don't even care about children. So this whole, now you see how it works, this whole innocent idea about how children are, you don't even uphold that yourself. You're marrying children. You don't even uphold this idea of humble towards children. How you humble towards children? You're marrying children by law. So then you see how I would eventually progress to this new perspective that you can't even be out here with children talking about we should be humble or humble us down, but you not humble yourself. So then I adapt to the realization that, listen, that's all foolishness what you was ever talking about with children. And a lot of y'all can't adapt to that. You can't adapt to the fact that America was marrying children, and now that's the reality. You're not the old reality where we was watching Rocky and we protect children and Cobra and Predator and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator. All the whole time they was marrying children through them eras. Tell Sylvester Stallone while he was recording Rocky, they was marrying children. While he is so all-American, talking about Donald Trump is the new George Washington. Okay, but y'all was marrying children as Americans the whole time. I'm pretty sure Sylvester Stallone would appreciate this information, seeing that he got all female children. I'm sure he would appreciate this information that y'all been marrying children the whole time. So let's cut the crap. You have never been this honorable community. That's what I'm talking about. Now you have one or two decisions, one or two options. You can act like it's not true and stick with the old America, like the blue pill, like the red pill, or you can get the blue pill and realize these people haven't been doing right the whole time towards children. The whole time. It's up to you, besides being biased about who I am, for you to digest this information outside of who I am. Now, if you're not a grown man or a grown woman, you can't digest this information outside of who I am and who's telling you. This ain't got nothing to do with me. This is what they've been doing. A smart person gonna say, this isn't his information. This is the reality of America. And I can't act like, oh, well, I just don't really know. Because basically who it's coming from, because it's coming from me. Because it's coming from me, oh, you don't really know. What you mean? This information is from America. This is about America. Marrying children right here, and you still using little girls to scream up at my window like I'm stupid. That's all you're doing. I'm not stupid at that. I know exactly what you're doing. And it ain't gonna mean nothing to a grown man. It ain't gonna mean nothing to a grown woman. That's what we talking about. Your children don't bother me, buddy. They ain't gonna never bother me. I don't care nothing about it. Because I know you not really who you project yourself to be. Just like Rich Homie Quan said, I know. You ain't that nigga you say you is. You ain't that nigga you say you is. I know. America, you ain't that nigga you say you is. You ain't that nigga you say you is. It ain't no secret you a nigga. Hey man, listen man. It ain't no secret y'all niggas having sex with these children, bro. It ain't no secret, bro. Ain't no secret y'all pedophiles. Y'all marrying children. It ain't no secret. Y'all always got stuff coming up with these children, right or wrong. That's the 7th hour. Y'all always got stuff coming up with these children. Ain't no secret. Y'all pedophiles. Ain't nobody doubting it, buddy. Ain't nobody doubting America's pedophiles, buddy. Rich Homie Quan came in. Ain't no secret, y'all niggas. Ain't no secret, you. Hey man, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you something, man. For all people that's playing with their children, that out here gang stalking with no children, ain't no secret, man. Your country is a pedophile, bro. Ain't no secret, you a F nigga, man. Cause listen, bro. You ain't that nigga you say you is. You know what I'm saying? We know America is not no community that love children. No, you not. Now you see what I'm saying? These white folks don't know about Rich Homie Quan, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to show you, bro. Don't doubt my blackness, doubt yours. That you sitting up here and didn't know nothing about child marriage, and it took the prophet to tell you about it. Oh, they can talk about all these other rappers, but listen, Obama ain't talking about Rich Homie Quan when he was out, was he? That's a little too ghetto, ain't it? That's a little too 100. You got to be a little more commercial for Barack Obama to mention a rapper. You know, you got to be a little commercial. Yeah, he ain't talking about that Rich Homie Quan. You ain't that nigga you say you is. You ain't that nigga you say you is. I know. You ain't that nigga you say you is. See, you thought that was me. You thought that was me. You couldn't prove it. You couldn't prove I ain't the nigga I say I am, because I'm a grown man. I'm gonna break down everything I do. You can break down everything I do, cause I think like I'm a real man. So it ain't gonna never be a time where I just fall down and do something else. So then I'm gonna be able to explain everything I do. I'm gonna be able to explain everything I do, bruh. And you can't. And that's what we talking about. When you can't explain everything you do, bruh. Well, then what is that? Explain what it is when you can't explain what it is. Explain what it is when you can't explain what it is. You can't explain why you came out here playing with me. Not intelligently, not how to see. That's how we know that you shouldn't have been out here. You shouldn't have been out here talking about nothing, including me being gay. Okay, let's talk about this. In the time we live in, where people use AI, and people use all these filters, you can't even show a person a picture of a person and people believe it anymore. Do you realize that? You got to question a picture as evidence and receipt. You can't even trust a picture no more. That could be AI all day. That's the time you live in, when people can make whole AI pictures of people. That's number one. Number two, if you ain't got no videos of me being with gay dudes, do you got any videos of me like gang with gay people? No gang with gay people, right? So how was I so part of the gay community? But you can't find no pictures in the LGBTQIA community where I was gang hanging out with them, drinking, popping bottles, whatever. No pictures, no videos. See, the people that you sent were so stupid, they took no pictures and made no videos. You gotta admit it. They were so stupid. They made no pictures and made no videos. You ain't got no videos and no pictures of me with nobody. I'm just showing you. Most importantly, for a community to believe it, why haven't you ever seen me with a gay dude in public? When? When did you really see me with somebody that was gay in public, that you knew was gay for sure? And it looked like we was together. Better to say, when did you see me showing any affection to a man in public? When? We want to know. So how could you prove it? Unless the community said, yo, I seen him with a dude hugging up with a dude and whatever, right? I see in a whole community say, yo, yeah, we seen him even in the stores. Everybody confirm it in the store, in the streets. I seen him kissing a dude in public, everything. When you seen it? You see the problem, right? It ain't nothing but ignorant stuff, nigga stuff. That's the problem. You can't even talk about me being gay intelligently. When, bruh? When can you talk about it? Only can I talk about it, and it holds credibility. Only in my narrative do it hold credibility. And when you see me with a woman, and you still talking about I'm gay, that's when you playing in my face, bro. I just left a woman this time last year. Let's show you how relevant I am with women. This time last year, I was with a woman. Okay? This time last year, I was with a woman. Right? This time last year, I was with a woman. What is it? March the 21st? March the 21st, right? March 21st, I was with a woman. This time last year, 2025, March 21st, I was with a woman, cooking for a woman, making sure she had meals, cooking her good meals. When she trusts my cooking, when she trusts the credit, the cleanliness of my cooking. Some women don't trust men to cook because they ain't clean. They don't clean their hands and nothing like that. They see you a dirty kind of man. I'm a clean man. I cook for my woman everything. Country fried steak, shrimp. Yeah, I think I made a shrimp. Oysters, lobster. Some people don't even know how to cook lobster. I cook lobster, country fried steak, pork chops, fried chicken, fried fish. All raw meat. She ain't never get sick. This ain't no kid in the kitchen. All raw meat, washed and cleaned from blood and seasoned down and fried or seasoned down and baked. I'm a grown man over here. Okay? Country fried steak, pork chops, steaks. I cook my woman chicken, spaghetti, good spaghetti. Okay? I cook for my woman. I buy for my woman. That's what I was doing. That's the life I live, right? Everybody will tell you, I always said I like women. I ain't never stopped saying that. Did you hear what I said? I never stopped saying that. See, this is a perfect example of people that's ghetto running wild and you want to try to clean it up and you can't. I remain, listen, you are the clown and I remain the real nigga. Like, cause I'm doing me and I'm doing me like I supposed to do me. And you out here acting like you can't act like you doing you playing the position of a clown, bro. Listen, in this case, both of us can't be real niggas. And that's how you need to hear it. Nope. I don't care what you do. I don't care how much weed you smoke. I don't care how much you drink. I don't care about guns or nothing. Because that can't make you real. That can't make you real in how we see it. This person came out here living their life. This person came out here living their life. You came out here as a clown accusing them on the side. That's how it looks. It ain't like, oh, this person bumped into you or bumped into what y'all was doing in the streets and now that's why you talking about it because y'all bumped into each other. Nah, you was on the side the whole time like a lame nigga talking about somebody you didn't know. That was your position. It wasn't that we bumped into each other and then that's how we had a conflict. You played the position of a lame nigga. That's all it is. And you ain't gonna ever be able to clean that up. You can't clean it up. I don't care what you done in the streets. That's what real niggas gonna tell you. I don't care. That don't make you real like me. That don't make you play in my position. That don't mean that you was doing everything like a real nigga would. No, you wasn't. And now you're trying to clean it up because now you realize, especially these secret society people that ain't from the streets, now you realize what the streets really is and how they think. You done sat down quiet enough and listen to niggas. Now you see what it is. See, when you get quiet, you listen to the real energy. And you're like, oh, hold up, I'm not that, right? You realize you're not that, right? You realize you're not moving like them niggas. You're not thinking like them niggas. You sat back long enough and listen. See, that's what you're supposed to do from the very beginning. You're supposed to sit back and listen to the streets. Just see how it moves. See how they think. Talk to them about what you're doing and see how they see it. And you didn't do that. You didn't sit down long enough to listen to the streets. No, you didn't. You came out here like you was the streets, handing out money, handing out goods and weed and trying to be cool with niggas. I know exactly what these secret society did. You came out here hanging out and trying to be cool with niggas. But that ain't gonna hold up because I'm gonna tell you, even among real niggas, that you only good is for what you did the last time you did it. You only as good as the last time you gave somebody something and did something for somebody. That's how the streets move. They gonna sit around, smoke their last cigarette, and then go in the house and say, yo, I'll holler at you later, man. Cause you only good for what the last thing you did for street niggas. If you ain't got no other credibility and you ain't really the homies, you only good as the last thing you did. So the truth is, man, you just trying to make it fit like the OJ glove, and God ain't letting it happen. So that's why God is beginning to regulate on you and your family, because we don't got you can't use that children stuff with us. You can't use it with us. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. You see how you eliminate it? You don't care. If nobody out here with you, messing around your children, we don't care about nothing else you talking about. And that's that. See, now you getting judged by the streets. You shouldn't have came out here to the streets. Now it's only right for you to be judged by the streets. You came out here to the streets for them to judge the situation, right? Okay, so why we can't let them judge you? Why we can't let them judge you and judge your situation? That's what we gonna do. And when we do that, you lose. You lose, bro. You think you're gonna live and you're not. I'm telling you, man, because look, man, life is real. If you come out here in the jungle playing around somebody and you talking about he gay, but then we seen him recently with a woman, but then we seen him, we know he got a child himself. So you just being a nigga going by stuff that you heard from other people. And you ain't gonna never play the real nigga position no matter what. That's what I'm saying. You gonna look at your own life. A lame nigga gonna look at his own life and say, I'm still real. Not according to the streets. That's why if it was me, I would be mad. I would want somebody to kill, and it wouldn't be me. Nope. Because you shouldn't have came out here based on what another nigga told you. Ain't no real nigga gonna do that. I know how the streets move. Ain't no real nigga gonna imagine that. Form some kind of stuff against this person, and all a real nigga gonna do is have people look in a certain probationary period. He gonna have people posted up and look at this dude. Once he see the dude is good after a certain X amount of time, that's it. It's over. A street nigga ain't coming back every year. No. He gonna set up perimeters for a probationary period of time in his hood for everybody to see who this person is. Once that makes it past a certain amount of time, it's over. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna come out every year like it's Summerfest or some stuff like that. He's not coming out here every year like a Summerfest playing games. Okay? So he said, I'm gonna show you what a real nigga do. He hears what's going on. He sets up perimeters in his community for X amount of time. Once that time goes by and this person is completely clean, just like the rest of us, he lets it go. He shuts it down. And that's it. That's all he needs to know. He's not trying to go into the mind and the movement of the person. That's police. That's Freemasons. That's secret society witchcraft people that couldn't win with trying to accuse us of pedophilia. Now you're trying to use children outside. Outside now. That's why we listen, bro. Listen, no. That's not going to happen much longer. That's why I'm moving on. Because I realized they set up this whole community against me using children outside. So that's cursed. Those children are cursed, whether you like it or not. Listen, man, because you can't use children against me as a prophet, and I don't curse your children, I'm going to curse them. You shouldn't have used them. You shouldn't have used them. And you can't say I'm lying. I'm telling the truth because I know what I know. I actually do know what I know. Listen, buddy, I ain't no sucker over here. If you use your children against me, they cursed. That's just what it is. Because I look at it like you use your children like demons. You made your children demons. And you can say in the name of whatever you want to say it's in the name of. But if you use your children in gang stalking, bro, you use your children as demons. That's what you did. And that's that, bro. You made your children literally an evil seed. Because you a clown. That's a white boy. That's a white boy mentality. Because a black man gonna say, I ain't putting my children in harm's way out here for nobody. I'm not putting my children in harm's way for nobody. I don't care what you're trying to do. I'm not pimping out my children. You pimping out your children. for whatever reason. I ain't never put my children in harm's way to figure out if somebody a pedophile. So what? See, that's a white boy. That's a white boy mentality. A black man ain't doing that. No. I ain't putting out my children out in no community playing around somebody trying to see who he is and all of that. That's white boy stuff. And if you call yourself black and you did that, listen, buddy, you begin to follow a white man's mentality. And I don't care where you come from. I don't care what part of the streets you from. Ain't no niggas I know gonna put they unless they well, you become a food stamp case where you run and do everything for food stamps, which in your case you pimped out your children. A nigga pimped out his children if he did it. And that's what you gotta admit. You pimped out your children. I ain't pimping out my children for nothing. If you can't figure out who this dude is with reality, then we don't that tells us our limitations as humans. You don't need to know nothing else. If you can't figure it out with reality, that's when you become a nigga. That's it. That's it. Because reality is always going to triumph over psychology or anything else that you're talking about. Reality. It's going to triumph. It's going to trump over any psychological games you playing. We don't care about that. We going to look at reality. Is he out there with children? Okay, no, then we don't care. It's that simple, bro. When you're real, it's that simple. You a white boy that wanted to catch me in a jam and you couldn't. By the way, testimony in 2026 is no more good. Testimony. You know what testimony mean for a slow nigga? A testimony of what niggas done said out here in these streets or what they say in the courtroom. Testimony in the context of a courtroom. Testimony is no more good. It's too many liars. It's too many clout chasers. It's too many people playing games. We ain't going by what we heard, which is testimony. You gonna let people go by testimony on you without evidence, all this the required evidence? It's not gonna work, bro. It don't matter. And so for black people to say, well, if all these people saying that, it gotta be true. You gullible, ain't you? It could be 1 million people saying something. They gotta prove that. And if they don't prove it, listen, buddy. Listen. If they don't prove it, I don't care. We going to war, and that's it. Listen, the truth is, man, listen. I'm way past the next step, which is I just go to war. I'm just going to war about it. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to war about it. Because ain't no way in the world you finna come out here and all you got is testimony. When we talk to these niggas, all they got is what they heard. I don't listen, buddy. Listen, ain't no real niggas gonna allow that. Oh, what you heard? So what? I don't care. Well, can you prove that? You can't prove it, can you? Then you lose, buddy. That's it. That's the real world we live in. That's the game we play in the real world in real life. If we do play any game, especially in America, if you can't prove this and you just got testimony going to court with testimony, but you can't prove evidence and you don't got nothing. Listen, I'm sorry, bro. You lose. Just like, listen, we have to. This is what most wise men would tell you that think on those levels. Life, sometimes you don't get justice. You don't get justice, even street justice. So you played yourself and tried to get street justice, and it didn't work. Now I'm getting street justice. That part. Now I'm out here getting street justice. You shouldn't have came out here trying to get street justice when you couldn't win. And now you look like a clown. We don't care nothing about that, buddy. Because reality shows us everything. While you was a clown with them white boys, listen, reality was showing you everything. I was with a woman. You ain't seen me even with a man. You didn't see me with a man, did you? Okay, so then how you gonna say I'm gay and you just seen me leave a woman? I got videos of me living with a woman. The videos with me where I'm obviously not in a Haza housing. Okay, so then where was I in that house? Whose house was it? It was a woman's house. Okay, so then for you to say I'm gay or insinuate to the community that I'm gay, that makes you a little clown, a little teenager type of clown, an elf-like clown, a nigga that came out here talking about somebody gay and you ain't even see him with nobody. When have you seen me with somebody? How can you prove it? I'm showing you the real world. How could you prove I'm gay? By evidence. by people in the streets, by the community. When did they see me with a gay dude in public? So you have to admit, I wasn't like no gay dude out here in public with a man. When did you see it? When did you see me with a man in public? I don't know no niggas that's out here that's with a man for 20 years, but we don't see you with nobody in public, especially these days with young niggas now. Went and going to all these gay festivities. Why you ain't see me go to no gay festivities? So you have to admit that as far as the standard gay people that be going to these parties and gay standard, and they do stuff on gay standards. When did you see me do those things on gay standards? When did you see me go to gay parties? When did you see me go and hang out with gay community? Never. You ain't see me do that. Because I can see if you see me hanging out with gay community and I had reputation with gay people and they embraced me, you never seen that. Okay then, so stop acting like we was gang and we wasn't. Now you see what I'm saying? They play because you a clown. You try to put all these lame narratives on me like I was gang with gay people and I wasn't. When was we hanging and driving around in cars and riding around in cars and everything like that? When? Going to these parties, going to these community park festivities. When was I on the strip hanging and posted up with gay people? That's all I'm asking. When was it substantial? When I was on gay strips hanging out with gay people. When? When did it happen? You can't even show us any time. You can't show us nothing on how you projecting it like I was gang and I wasn't. You think I'm a plaything, bro, and I'm ready to kill if I got to. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. That's not illegal. That's called stand your ground. I'm ready to kill if I got to. If you tell the police I'm ready to kill if I got to, that's not illegal. Because the key part is if I got to. You can tell the police that to their face. I'm ready to kill if I got to. If they smart, they call exactly the technicality of it. If you got to. Okay, so you can't say I won't have to. You can't say never in your life that I won't have to. I said I'm ready to kill if I got to. Police can't even take that from you, buddy. The police can't tell you nothing when you say that. I say that right to their face. What? You heard what I said? I'll kill if I got to. I will kill if I have to, bro. And that's where I'm at with mine. The police can't even say nothing. The government can't even say nothing. They can't say nothing to that. That's how you listen. And you should be, for me, I'm moving that kind of energy. Because people will make you so docile and soft like you can't even defend yourself. Nah, I'll let you know right now. I'm ready to kill if I got to, buddy. That's real. And that's what kind of energy you should be in. I'm ready to kill if I got to. Forget all the foolishness. I'm ready to kill if I got to. In any circumstance, any situation. You know what I'm saying? What y'all forget is I'm from North Carolina. I'm not like these old lame niggas up here. It's a lot of corny niggas in New York. Let's keep it 100. I'm from North Carolina, buddy. Listen, my word is my bond, buddy. I'll tell you, I'm ready to kill. I'm ready to kill. Okay, that's real. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know, cause I ain't from no New York. So you forced to listen to me from a whole different era. I wasn't born and raised in no New York. This is a corny community. And we proved it based on the corny stuff you do. I don't know who you used to be. I'm going by how you are right now. You're a corny community. Okay, it's straight like that. And I ain't saying there ain't no real niggas up here, but read between the lines. The collective community, the main part of the community is lame niggas. That's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah. So I ain't going by nothing out there. Cause most of that gonna be lame, based on lame niggas. That's for sure. That ain't based on no real niggas. You ain't. If it was how I know, if it was real niggas involved, it would have been over with. A real nigga gonna come in and say, "Oh, how long you been in New York? Oh, the last time he was in New York, he was here for 3 years. The last time he was in New York, he was here for 3 years with an apartment in Astoria Boulevard, right? in Queens. Did anything happen when he was over there? Oh, so nothing happened for 3 years. He had an apartment in New York City for over 3 years, solid. Okay, so he was in his own apartment by himself, cooking and cleaning, doing him for 3 years, right? He was in his own apartment for 3 years. Okay, so that tells us everything we need to know as far as New York. New York don't need to be out here. No, you don't. Okay then, y'all niggas, you caught being niggas. That's all it is. It ain't nothing else to see here, buddy. That's all I'm trying to show you. That's how a black man, that's how a real man shuts it down. Y'all came out here after this dude lived in his own apartment for 3 years, and so it's a war against niggas. That's all it is. No matter what color they are, it's a war against niggas, and that's all it is, bro. That's all it is, man. Listen, it ain't no other way to look at it. It's a war against niggas, and I know what type of people I'm dealing with. That's it. Whether they be black, white, or whatever else they are niggas. That's how you know I'm not racist, because it goes beyond color. You act ignorant, you a nigga. White people finally got around to being niggas, didn't they? Hey, you finally became a nigga. White people finally became a nigga. Out here ignorant in people business, and we don't care nothing about what you talk about. I know, yeah, I don't forgive none of it. I don't supposed to forgive it. You go to them weak people, in these weak religious people, I don't supposed to forgive that. I don't supposed to forgive it. I don't supposed to forgive it. No, I don't. As to pardon that, and you've been doing that for years and years, and you played a nigga game for years, I don't supposed to forgive it. I'm supposed to do exactly what I'm doing right now, where you and your family and your kids is on the brink of World War III. Gas prices are going up the ceiling. All this stuff is happening. Everything is in danger. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. While your kids out there yelling, they ain't got, listen, man, you already know where it's going. Your children don't stand a chance going into the future. This is what happened when you play with God's kingdom, buddy. This is what happened to you. We don't care nothing about that stuff you're doing. We know all that what you're doing. That's what make you look stupid. Okay, we know what you're doing. So you don't look smart. You don't look intelligent. You don't look like you're beating me. You're not beating me, right? Okay, so then you trying to make me out to be something I'm not is what caused World War III. Lame nigga. I talk about people pedophiles. You couldn't prove it. You could not prove that. Okay, so then because you couldn't prove that, that's what God is satisfied with. God is satisfied with the fact you couldn't prove it. While your country is marrying children. They're marrying children, right? We proved that. But you couldn't prove nothing about me. So it just became another classic case of America against a black man. That's all it is. And you don't want to look at it. You want to keep saying, oh, it's about children. Okay, well, tell us what it's about concerning children. Tell us what the part is. Talk about it intelligently. What about children? What's the details? What's the details about it? What's the details? See, I don't worship children. Children ain't God to me, buddy. God is God and children are not. Children are the human beings. That's it. And the mystery is we all were children. So what? We all were children at one point. When you realize that, children are nothing. We all were children. So what? I could see if they were a species that remained children forever, but we all were children, which equates them to just human beings. And see how out of pocket you are when you realize it like that? The children ain't nothing but human beings like me and you. That's all they are, bro. Which means I ain't putting children above nobody. I ain't putting children above right and wrong. You put children above right and wrong, and you like a clown white boy in America, and you thought it would hold up, and it's not holding up. Because it's other stuff that people value besides children. That ain't the only thing we value. That ain't the only thing we value in this community. So which means if you just use the dynamic of children and it conflicts with the other things we value, then that's where the problem gonna be. You know how it conflicts with the other things we value. It conflicts with the standard of right and wrong and the standard of an innocent person. Children as a dynamic and protecting children cannot conflict with the dynamic of an innocent person, because we value that. We as a community, I value the innocence of a person. over what you talking about with children. I don't care what you're talking about. I see that any black people say, I see this person as innocent. So that's it. I don't care what you're talking about with children. Now you see what I'm saying? How the dynamic of innocence trumps over children as an issue. Because we value innocence. Especially in America with a black man, I value innocence. I value no charges over children, yes. That can't conflict and beat an innocent person. You can't beat an innocent person with children. That's 7 out. You can't beat an innocent person with children, buddy. Tell these lame white boys that you can't beat an innocent person with children. I'm sorry to tell you. Nope. Can in your mind, can the Americans and the police beat your family with children and they ain't done nothing, or they couldn't prove it? So would you say on the dynamic of children, they can come play with your children, they can come play with your family based on the issue of children, merely on the issue of children, but they couldn't prove nothing? That's not gonna beat you. That's not gonna beat your family. You ain't gonna let that beat your family. You know what you're gonna say? Where the charges at? Where the charges? You ain't got no charges. Sorry then, bro. Sorry, I don't care what you're talking about. Sorry. It's over, bro. It's over. It's over. Another thing is, you thought some men would want to die in this situation. I don't. I don't care. I don't care because, you know why I don't care? Because I'm strong enough not to care. Some men ain't strong enough to go through what I've been through because your value system is warped by the Americans. You're not educated. Once I realized you marry children, I wouldn't feel bad about nothing. How can I feel bad about that and you do the same thing? Your mind is going to rationalize it like, well, these people do the same thing, so you shouldn't feel bad. No, you married children as young as 10 years old in America, bro. They was 10, 1-0. You can go Google it right now. Girls as young as 10 years old. I'm pretty sure that girl out there is around 10 years old, right? You marry girls as young as 10 years old in America, bro. So how would I feel bad? I wouldn't feel bad about nothing. Actually, I would feel completely normal based on your community, America. That's what I'm saying. I know you ain't talking. Man, listen, you married in the state of Tennessee, you married 3 10-year-old girls by law. You let a man take home a 10-year-old girl. No, hold up. For real niggas. For real niggas worldwide, nigga. They took 10-year-old girls home in a marriage. I don't care what the circumstances is. I don't care how it was done. The bottom line, it was done. Where they took a 10-year-old girl home in a marriage with a man in America. And guess what? Here's the punchline. That was in the 21st century. That was after the year 2000. That's all we need to hear, right? That part. That was after the year 2000. Why they got monkey business going on outside right now? Listen, buddy, you married 3 10-year-old girls in Tennessee. 10. They was 10 and it was after the year 2000. Yes, it was. That wasn't 1972. No, you married 10-year-old girls. Now you see why I'm like this. You playing with my integrity, but y'all was marrying 10-year-old girls. Listen, buddy, niggas just want to show, don't they? Just like white boys do. The white man was like that. He taught you his habits. Now a nigga just want to show. It ain't no show, bro. You married 10-year-old girls. That's it, buddy. You out of here. You ain't nothing you can say about that. See, that's the real America that everybody want to expose. We want the real truth, and I'm the prophet, the one that revealed it. The truth that you was looking for, I'm the one that revealed it. You just didn't like how it came and how it happened, but I'm the one that revealed the real America. Look at it for what it is. Everybody always thought something strange was going on in this community and some stuff that we didn't know about. I'm the one that revealed that stuff. This stuff was child marriage laws in America. You didn't know about it. So now, for people my age, Generation X and older, this is the information that was hidden, this top secret stuff that you was thinking about this whole time. This is that information. This is what it is. And Trump can't talk about it. Donald Trump can't talk about no child marriage. So you think you can use a little girl downstairs for us and you think I'm gonna fold off that? When your president can't even talk about child marriage laws in America. Donald Trump ain't said nothing about it. And you think you can use a little girl downstairs to beat me? That's how we know you a cartoon, bro. That's how we know you a cartoon for sure. Listen, man, that's why we don't consider you on demon time. You on cartoon time, nigga. You ain't on no demon time. You on cartoon time. That's all it is. You on cartoon time, son. You ain't listen. You ain't on no demon time. You done got too much. Listen, they gave you too much respect. Talking about you on demon time. You on cartoon time, bruh. A nigga like me ain't gonna see you on demon. You ain't like you on demon time. You ain't on demon time. You on cartoon time. Who told you was on demon time? Now you see what I'm saying? That's a clown, bruh. Using these children out here. Who cares? You marrying children. That's on military time. I'm on military time, buddy. You marrying children. You marrying children. That's all you lose, buddy. You blowed up. You can't do nothing. See, that's how military do you. I blowed you up. You ain't nothing you can talk about and you marrying children, bruh. No, buddy. You was marrying children in America as young as 10 years old, buddy. Everybody is finding out the truth before the world ends. See, really how this is this is all orchestrated so that you find out the truth before this world ends. These people was marrying children. That's what this is about. So now you know the real America before the world ends. So you won't die thinking you served a great honorable country. Your country was marrying children, bruh. And ain't no way you can sidestep this. Now you see where we at. And that don't mean you get to be on my side. That don't mean you get to ride with me. No. That means you accept the truth. And that's it. You don't get to ride with me because of this. Well, we on his side. Well, I don't see it that way. And if you got a brain and you're a real nigga, you know why. Well, you was all playing games. How you think you're going to just be on my side? Even a little black girl from the hood would tell you that. Well, how you going to be on my side and y'all was against me? If they was playing a game. How you going to be on my side? A little black girl, you can watch kids play and know better than that. How you going to be on my side and you was just against me? No, you over there with them, I win. A little girl going to tell you that. So what you think I'm going to tell you? You was over there with them and you lose with them. You die with them. You shouldn't have came over there. You shouldn't have been playing with me. Now that I'm winning, you acting like a clown talking about you on my side. Look at you. You can't even stop. Yeah, I'm on his side. How you practice a retardation, bro? I just told you. How you on my side? You not on my side, bro. You out here with them. You playing the games with them, trying to see if I'm a pedophile while they marrying children. That's where you at. You don't get to come over here and say, well, yeah, we on his side now. A real nigga like me is not letting it happen. Okay, and you wouldn't either. Stop and salt my intelligence. A little girl from the hood wouldn't let you do it. A little girl was playing a game with you, and y'all thought y'all could win against this little girl. And then she won, and then you talking about you on her side. She gonna say, no, you stay over there. You ain't on my side. I won by myself. You was over there with them. That's what a little girl gonna. That's the reasoning of a little girl. Then how you gonna think you gonna come and be on my side? I guess you thought I was scared, and I'm not. You thought I was scared, didn't you? I'm not scared, bro. I'm not. I'm too old to be scared. I'm an old man. I'm too old to be scared of people. I don't care nothing about you. You haphazard, and I'm not. I'm willing to die for mine, and you not. Okay, you don't listen. And for people that think, oh well, my heart was in the right place. I don't care if your heart was in the right place. I don't care if you felt like you was protecting children. You were supposed to go about it a right way, like a real man and like a real nigga would. And so I don't care. Like some people say, well, I did that because my heart was in the right place. Listen, if you come out here and play with an innocent man, and I see you playing with an innocent man, you think I'm gonna care if your heart was in the right place? If I see you playing with this man that's obviously innocent, and you say, well, my heart was in the right place, that's your best defense. Like you're a retarded person, like you can't think about the whole situation. Listen, bro, listen. We don't care if your heart was in the right place. I don't care about that. Your mind wasn't in the right place. That part. Okay, so your heart was in the right place, but your mind wasn't. So you lose. Well, your mind wasn't in the right place. Going to see first what your country do. Educate yourself. Educate yourself on your country before you come out here playing with somebody. That's first thing first. Second thing, your mind wasn't in the right place where you ain't see this person do anything for X amount of time. No, you didn't. So see, because your mind wasn't in the right place, when you kept playing with this person for over and over again, we don't care where your heart is at. We don't care where your heart is at. We look at your mind and where your mind is at. You kept playing with the same person. You see what I'm saying? They kept playing with the same person. You see this person ain't done nothing. Your heart was, we don't care where your heart was at. We looking at where your mind was at. Because see, if your heart was such in the right place, then your mind would have followed the proper procedure. Somewhere along the line, your heart wasn't even in the right place. No, it wasn't. Because your heart gonna be touched to not violate somebody that is innocent. That's where your heart gonna come in. Like, nah, I can't do that. That's your heart. Your heart gonna say, nah, I can't play with somebody that ain't got no charges. They ain't got no charges on me. But a bugged out person in America think they doing right by children by doing that. You see what I'm saying? That's a white boy that will come out here and he think he just going crazy. He'll go crazy for children. I don't go crazy for nobody. Because see, me being black, I know about Emmett Till. When Emmett Till was an innocent man, a little boy. Let's flip it around. Let's flip it around like on Emmett Till. When they killed little Emmett Till because he whistled at a white woman, which she should have been flattered that a black boy liked the white woman. She should have, not in a sexual way, but in a cute, you know what I mean? She should have been flattered, right? Instead, she exaggerated the situation. And do you think I would care? Do you think I would care as a black man looking at that situation? What it was that he did, but he ain't do nothing to the woman. He ain't physically do nothing to her, right? You think I'm a kid? This is a perfect example. This is how Americans are. I prove this with history. Emmett Till did nothing to that woman, right? So why he died then? See, this is as a nigga, you should never sit back and the nigga ain't done nothing to nobody. What's the difference? It's no difference. If it's the same principle that you really don't got no stuff on this person, but here you are playing around like a mob of people, because this is what crackers like to do. Okay, and if you black and if you white, you still listen. You a cracker just like they used to be, and that's how you know I'm not racist. You are a cracker sitting up trying to mob around a person, and listen, I will kill anybody right now that I got to. I'm bouncy with this stuff. If you think I'm playing with you, because I'm a black man and I've studied history, and guess what? I'm a nigga on my own. I'm a black man on my own. I don't gotta deal with none of these niggas. And I'm a black man on my own, nigga. You can't take my blackness because you can't take my black experience. As long as I got a black experience in America, I don't give a damn if me and you get along or not. You can't take my blackness because you can't take my black experience. As long as you can't take my black experience, you can't take my blackness. Tell all these niggas that. As long as I go through a black experience where they playing with me and I ain't done nothing, then listen, buddy, you can't take me being a nigga. I'm gonna be a nigga forever, with or without you. You ain't got one of these dumb niggas that, oh, well, we don't deal with him no more. So what? I'm still a nigga. I'm still black. I'm still a black nigga. And that's all it is to it. I don't gotta deal with you at all. And as long as I have a black experience out here, as long as these people see me as a black man, I'm black, buddy. As long as I'm treated like a black man. Could you imagine letting niggas take my blackness, but they ain't take the black experience? You didn't take the black experience. Well, if you gonna take my blackness, take the black experience. Why I don't get treated like a nigga? If you gonna take it, well, take the part where I get treated like a nigga. Well, they ain't got no charges on me and they act like they mobbing me for no reason. Well, take that part too. You can't take it, can you? Okay then. So I'm gonna be a nigga no matter what. No matter if me and you get along or not, I'm gonna still be a nigga. That's how you tell a dumb nigga. You ain't no way in the world you're gonna take my blackness. Can you take my black experience? Can you take that? You can't, can you? You can't be sure that I ain't gonna be treated like a nigga even though me and you don't get along. I'ma still be treated like a nigga, right? Then I'm black regardless, sucker. I'm black regardless. You listen, you can go talk to them other little dumb niggas and take their blackness. You could never take mine. Because I'm smart enough and intelligent enough to know that you can't take my black experience in America. Okay? So then I still remain black. I still remain black and protective over my blackness and have the world views of a black man, whether me and you get along or not. I still got the perspective of a black man, whether me and you get along or not. And see, that's what you're not used to. Two different sides. The ones that don't deal with Jay-Z and all them people over there. That ain't dealing with all them other black folks over there. Now, yeah, but this person's still valid and it's still a nigga. See, what happened in the last days is two sides was formed. So you used to everybody running over here to one side, and if you ain't over there, then you ain't black. Not this time. Not this time, sucker. Because we caught you slipping, not even, listen, you wasn't even preserving what it is to be black as a black community anyway. You wasn't even preserving it. You was killing your own people, killing children, black children, and everything. You wasn't even preserving what it is to be black. You weren't even preserving the perspective. How can you think another side cannot be formed and you wasn't even preserving the perspective of a black community? You wasn't even preserving it. So how you think another side cannot be formed when people obviously see you over here slipping, doing all kind of stuff, killing each other, killing children, and let's also acknowledge having sex with children. Oh, black people doing it too. Oh, okay, yeah, black people doing it too. Because listen, in most black family trees, there's one pedophile in every black family tree in America. Oh, well, you know how I know? Because why all these black women complaining about being molested when they was children? Why all these black women complaining about being molested when they was children? Go ask the average black woman and ask her, did something happen to her when she was a child? Why all these black women complaining about it? They got child molesters in each family tree. 80% of I'm being generous, 80% of African American family trees at least got one pedophile in it. How do you think all of us got turned out? Because there were pedophiles in every family tree, buddy. There was pedophiles in every family tree. Okay, so go here's some homework for you if you don't believe it. Go ask African American women if they got molested. Go ask them. Go ask women in your family. Go ask the women in your family, did they get molested by somebody in the family? I guarantee you they might say no in a minute initially, because most of them want to take the stuff they went through to the grave, but they might come back to you a couple months later and say, yeah, you know what, that question you asked me, yeah, I did get molested. So with that being said, how in the world you gonna come out here talking about a pedophile when y'all got pedophiles in most family black trees? In most family trees in America, you got pedophiles in it. Well, how you get turned out? Sure, you did something with your cousin. You did something with your cousin, didn't you? Half these black folks done had sex with their cousins. Oh, you hear what I said? Half these black folks have sex with their cousins. You had sex with Dee Dee, your little cousin Dee Dee, didn't you? Hey, let's keep it real. Them little cute girls in your family, you had sex with them, didn't you? These girls, you had sex with your favorite cousin, your alpha male cousin. Y'all had sex, didn't you? You sucked his penis, didn't you? The alpha male and the alpha male cousin, you sucked his penis, didn't you? All these black little girls, these black women, you listen, tell the truth. You was having sex with your cousin, your favorite cousin. That's the one you gonna have sex with. And you ain't gonna tell nobody about that. Guess what you gonna do? You gonna tell people about the other family member. Oh, it's more than one situation. You ain't gonna tell them about the cousin y'all had sex with. You ain't gonna, tell them about the cousin that you had sex and you enjoyed it and you didn't consider that pedophilia. You ain't gonna tell them about you ain't gonna tell them about the sex acts that you enjoyed. You ain't gonna tell them about the cousins you had sex with and you didn't consider it child molestation. Oh, I'm preaching now. I'm preaching. You ain't gonna tell them about the cousins and the older people in your family that all this stuff you did, little questionable stuff y'all did, little questionable stuff you did. You know what you're gonna tell them about? I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna tell them about. You're gonna tell them about stuff that you want them to think about, people you didn't really like in your family. You gonna out the people you really didn't like. That's what niggas gonna do. Yeah, you gonna out the person you really didn't like. You ain't gonna tell everybody all the secrets. You ain't gonna tell all your secrets. You gonna take some of it to the grave. You know you were having sex with your cousins and you gonna take it to the grave. You ain't gonna tell them. You ain't gonna tell the whole community that you enjoyed having sex with your cousins. You ain't gonna tell them that. But you gonna pick out the person that you really didn't like in your family. That's how you gonna do it. You gonna pick out the person that you felt you know didn't really fit in with the family. That's the one you gonna out. But you ain't gonna out all the other people that you had sex with in your family, and particularly your cousins, your favorite cousins. Oh, that's the one gonna do it because y'all gonna be close and y'all gonna spend time together. That part, and you gonna be out there playing video games with your cousin. You're gonna be running around the buildings playing with your cousin. That's the ones. The favorite cousins is the ones you're gonna have sex with. That's for my generation. Generation X and older. Guess what? You gonna have sex with your favorite cousin. That's the one it's gonna be. Now you're gonna have a couple cousins. Y'all listen. For whatever reason, y'all didn't do nothing. But that's your favorite cousins too. So you got two types of favorite cousins. The ones that's your homies and camaraderies, and the other favorite cousins, and y'all did stuff sexually. You got two types of favorite cousins in the black community. The cousins that y'all was homies and y'all smoked together and y'all hung together. Y'all didn't do nothing. Then you got the other cousins that y'all were so close for so long, y'all did something. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. So we can sit you down. The point is, you need to sit down somewhere. Knowing that the whole black community got sex pedophiles in every family. Every family. Secrets coming out all the time. Your mama telling you her secrets. Your daddy probably ain't gonna tell you his secrets, but your mama telling you her secrets. Your daddy ain't gonna tell you. No, cause it's his manhood. Most of them ain't gonna tell you. Most of them ain't gonna tell you what happened. Oh, something probably happened. Something probably happened. Some of his little cousins probably threw it at him. It might have not even been his fault. It might have been one of his little cousins, little girl's fast little cousin. When we say fast in the South, one of his fast little cousins that threw it at him. Just pulled down her pants. It ain't always the boy. I can tell you a time where I wasn't doing nothing, and one of my little girl cousins that was around my age, she just pulled down her pants and showed me her vagina. Just pulled down her pants and showed me her vagina right there. In the living room. I'm like watching TV. At her house, right? So because I was new to her house, I didn't really spend the night over her house. You got the distant cousins that also mess around with each other. Oh yeah. Y'all didn't really grow up together. That's the justification. Well, that's really why it happened. Because you got them distant cousins that y'all did stuff, and see how easy and clean it is, because y'all kind of still distant, but y'all did stuff. Oh, come on. The distant cousins, the ones that you don't really see them as your cousin, because maybe y'all didn't grow up together. Maybe y'all wasn't born together, right? And raised up together. So you're going to see them like a girl, and they're going to see you like a boy, even though y'all cousins, because y'all wasn't really raised together. Y'all wasn't really in the same household. So then by the time y'all see each other like boy and girl. Like boy meets girl. And she's showing you her vagina. What could I have done about it? I couldn't do nothing about it. I can't do nothing about that. What could I do? Especially as a kid, what I'm going to say? What is done is done. She pulled down her pants to show you her vagina. What you going to do? That's all I'm saying. That's all. See, so I can tell you about the real stories. I can tell you about how these girls in our family come on to us and willingly do stuff, and then white crackers try to act like they victims later on in life. We'll let you play it like that. I'll let you play it like that, but God knows better. God knows all the secrets of the black community. All these people having sex with their own children. You know what I'm saying? In their family. Whether it was your biological children from your body or not. Oh, I can tell you about when I was 16 years old, how an older woman in my family did something to me sexually. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't tell nobody. That's what most black people gonna do. So I done had a woman sexualize me and my family, an older woman. That once again, a distant cousin. That's what it always is. They gonna see you. They ain't gonna see you as their family. They gonna see you as a man or a boy or a girl or a woman. Them the ones that mess around in the black community and their family. You gonna mess around with your distant cousin, the one you ain't really close to. Because you see them more as a girl instead of your family. You see them more as a boy instead of your family. And how I know? Because I done dated a lot of grown black women, and they all complain about the same thing. That something happened to them from their own family sexually. So what would you think? Most players and most playboys done dated all these women, right? How many times they done told you? Just volunteering information because you got close enough to a woman and she confided in you, right? When she confided in you, what did she tell you? What did she tell you when she confided in you? That somebody molested her and her family, or she was sexual, or she had sex with her cousin and she liked it. I done had girls this time last year, the woman I was with, she told me she did everything with her cousin. And the last woman I was with, down in Charlotte. Oh, she ain't from Charlotte, but she was down in Charlotte, right? Oh, me and her, she never told me this the other times when me and her was in a relationship. She finally told me, oh yeah, I had sex with my cousin and we did everything. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, that's random. I mean, I don't think we was on the subject. Pretty sure we wasn't. I don't know. But she was like, yeah, I had sex with my cousin and we did everything. She didn't talk about it. Catch the key part. She didn't talk about it like he molested her. They decided, both of them decided to have sex. In her same family, her cousin had a baby by her uncle. That same family. One of her cousins fell on hard times, right? When she was young, she went to live with either somebody that was old enough to be her uncle, right, or her cousin, right? She was impregnated. This is another woman, her cousin. She was impregnated by her own family. They got it. I ain't never seen that before. I ain't never seen that. That was the first for me. That literally I seen the boy. He a grown boy now. He a grown man. But I can sit and look at this picture and realize he came from his own family. He didn't come from somebody outside the family. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So, man, when you see, that's the situations I've seen. That's what I've seen. So, for people that's elementary, man, that's how I have to chalk it off. You kind of elementary to all this stuff we call life and what we call sexuality in life. You elementary to it. Your approach is elementary. When you talk about a pedophile, I can show you how you got him in your family. That's more complex. That's more advanced than you. What's more advanced than you is when I can show you got pedophiles in your own family. Okay, you might have didn't say it like that, but that's what it was. Well, why you was sexualized by older people in your family then? Like Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was sexualized when he was a child. Tyler Perry, the famous person Tyler Perry, he told the story where his aunt, not his cousin, his aunt put a physical key in the door in her vagina, so he would dig out a key, like to open the door. She would put the key in her vagina and he would have to dig it out. That's disgusting. And that's probably why he don't like women. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine? I'm not saying he's gay, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm not saying anything like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He could be turned off by women initially because of that. See, what happens is when these type of things happen, people's psychology is affected to where you lose desire. Every time a woman do something to you and you a child, you lose more desire for women. That I just lost a little bit. See, these women, let me tell you something. I understand higher psychology. Listen, men that don't really like women, some of them was molested by women. Men that mistreat women, that abuse women, sometimes they was molested by women. That's why they don't see women the right way. That's why they don't have this strong connection with women, because a woman sexualized them when they was a child. Now, when you get older, you know, you didn't realize your psychology was affected by that to where you don't really like women like a lot, right? Because you know how nasty they can be. You know how filthy they can be, while other men really don't, right? That part. So I was one of those kids that was sexualized by a grown woman, right? So that's why for me, how it manifests for me is I cut through the crap with women. You can't pull no wool over my eyes because you're a woman. And see, that's how it kind of manifests to me. I don't hate women, but because of what I went through, that you didn't know that I went through, I don't take nothing off no woman. See, a man that don't take nothing off no woman, you know what? Some of them, it ain't because he's so macho, because he knows how women are. You don't. You ain't have nobody sexualize you when you was a child and you was a grown woman. See, the most beautiful men are going to tell you, yeah, I went through something with a woman. It's one thing to go through something with another man, you know, but it's another thing for a woman to sexualize you, because women don't really think about sex like a man. So if a woman sexualize you, that's pretty bad, because women are not they're not built like a man to think about sex all the time. A man does that. A woman don't really put sex to the forefront of her mind like a man do, you know. So for a woman to sexualize you is awful. It's worse because of how a woman's psychology is to be a caretaker and protector of children. You know, for her to be a caretaker by nature, you know what I'm saying? For her to deviate from that and to sexualize a child is worse than a man. You see what I'm saying? A man has to have a strong libido in order to go and produce children with a woman. Because if it wasn't from that, we might not even like women. Think about it. much as they talk and how they act and everything. So you got to have a strong enough libido to see past through all of that and still interact with them sexually. See how it is? So we walk around with a strong libido because we built like that. Because if it wasn't for a libido, I mean, I don't know if we would be with women. I don't know if we would. You know, let's consider the toxicity of women, how bitter women can be. And for us to sit there and take stuff, that's why I tell you, I done took stuff off of women just like a real man. But it's because we love women sexually. You know, that's foundational. You know, we gonna take a little something off these women. Oh, you gonna take a little something. And sometimes she'll send you through stuff on purpose. Just to make you pay for that vagina. She wants you to earn it. You gotta earn that. And she'll tell you. It will tell you you're gonna earn this. Every man ain't getting it, and you gonna earn it. And guess what? She gonna put you through all kind of stuff. And you're gonna sit there and hear that kind of psychology, and you still don't care. Oh, she done told you right there, you're gonna earn it. On a Saturday night, some men earning it right now, buddy. You earning it right now. You shelling out money, earning that vagina right now. Oh, I know. Men say they don't pay for no vagina. We all know you do. Anytime you go out to eat, you pay for the movies, you go for this, that, da. You paying for it right there. You just ain't putting the money in her hand, and some bad divas will do all of that, and you're going to put money in her hand. And you're going to put cash in her hand. Why you talking about you don't pay for it? She going to say, I still need money. She going to say, I need money, which is true. And what you going to do? She going to rationalize that a million different ways, in the different angles. She going to rationalize she need money, right? And you supposed to be the one, and you don't want her to run to nobody else to get money, right? Okay, so then what? That's what she going to say. Okay, you don't want me to go to nobody else to get money, right? Okay, so then what I supposed to do? You supposed to take care of yourself, but come on now, let's be real. This is how she gonna look at it. You don't want to do nothing for me. So you don't find yourself wanting to do nothing for me. Not, I shouldn't feel obligated. No, but I still got the need, whether you feel obligated or not. So you ain't gonna look at it just like, you gonna look at it more like, you obligated, or did I got the need? Which one you looking at? And you supposed to be my man anyway. This is what a woman gonna say. You're supposed to be my man anyway. You're gonna look at it more as, we having this conversation, which makes you feel obligated, or did I just got the need? And you're gonna come back to, well, you do got the need. Exactly. Okay, so then, and you supposed to be my man, right? Okay, so then it shouldn't be hard for you if you love me so much that you want to see me have something. You should be the first in line. See, that's how a real diva gonna tell you. Straight like that, and ain't no way, and ain't nothing you can say. So she gonna say, I need certain, I need a couple dollars. I need a couple $100. I need about $300-400. Out here hustling. It's done switched around. You know what I'm saying? These divas out here now, they ain't, listen, bro. You gotta have bread. You gotta, like for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think about women because you ain't got no money. How you gonna have a woman? It's not pitiful. It's real. It's real life. If you poor, you can't. How you gonna have a woman? Cause she might not say nothing in the beginning because you a black man. You know, you got soul. You can make it a beautiful situation without money. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, you gonna need money for the obvious things, like to take care of her, for her to wash her butt, and for her to lay down with you, and for y'all to have entertainment, and for her to, you know, have clothes, or for her to feel happy. You're going to have money for that. Unless you're going to drag her around like a homeless man with a dog, which I always hate to see that. If you homeless, man, why you going to put a dog through that? Man, put that dog in the pound, man. You're a selfish person. You need a dog to keep you alive. No, you need a backbone to keep you alive. You putting that little dog in through poverty and homelessness and cold out in the streets. See, it's more than one way of looking at it. You should have more compassion. You shouldn't put no dog through that. Put that dog in the pound, man. I can't stand to see homeless people with a dog. That dog just sitting there and they can't do nothing, can't have fun. It's just sitting there looking. That's how you ever see how the homeless dog, How a dog that's with a homeless man look? He just sitting there, ain't he? Looking sad, looking kind of, you know, just looking straight. A dog don't supposed to be like that. Look at the personality of a dog with a homeless person. It's sad, bro. That's the same thing you do when you get in a relationship with a woman. You putting her through them circumstances, and that's why she look like a dog that's homeless on the streets with you. That's why she like that. Now, if you got money, a woman is a whole different creature. She gonna be parts of her personality. You ain't gonna never see it until you get money. If you don't get money, you ain't gonna never see certain parts of her personality. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about, man. You ain't gonna see it. Nope. You got it together, man, everything fall in place. Her personality, the sex, everything. The sex is better, everything. You barely got anything, man. She don't want to have sex. That's how a woman think. If y'all broke, what's she thinking about? She think about money, and she don't want to have sex. I'm telling you what I know. A woman ain't gonna want to have no sex, and you ain't got no money. She gonna be aggravated. She ain't gonna want to have sex with you. Cause low key, subconsciously, she gonna feel like it's your fault. Or you should do something about it. Why can't you? You so strong. Why you can't do nothing about it? A woman ain't gonna tell you this, but that's what she really feel. If you so strong, you so bad, why you can't get us out this situation? See, that's what a black man did not consider. That his competency is questioned by their financial circumstance. Your competency is questioned by the financial circumstance that y'all in. That's just how a woman built. If she see you got it going on, listen, she gonna equate you to an alpha male. That's how you want to be perceived, right? But I can show you a dude that's drinking and smoking weed right now and trying to force his woman to make him see him as an alpha male, and she don't see it that way. Because you know why she don't see it that way? Because if you was such an alpha male, then why y'all ain't got y'all own situation? Why y'all ain't got no place to live? You see what I'm saying? And see, you wind up abusing her because you can't make her submit to you because you broke. And so the only way you make her submit is through violence. If you had it going on, she gonna submit willingly, bro. You ain't gonna have to see, when you struggle with submission, you know what that means? You know what that means? You ain't got no money. In most cases, let's don't split hairs. In most cases, if your woman is not submitted, it's a money problem. I'm telling you right now. This is what black men need to hear. You know why your woman don't submit? Because it's a money situation. For you, the average black man. You know why she don't respect you? You know why she barely listen to you? Because she feel like in all your talking and everything you're supposed to be, why you ain't got no money? If you're such a strong man, this, that, and the third, woo, right? Why haven't you got us out the hood? Why can't you do what these other men do? That's how women think, man. Why can't you ride around with these big SUVs and for our family before we even get a family? We got a family car before we get a family. No, you ain't hear what I said. A family car before y'all become a family, before you got a family. Why can't we have a family car? This is how women think, man. Why can't we have one of these big, beautiful SUVs riding around, switching lanes like everybody else, eating chicken? You know what I'm saying? Why we can't do it? See what I'm saying? And then guess what? This is how a woman thinks. She gonna think about all these things. She can't even help it but to compare you to the rest of the community. She can't help it. She gonna look at, oh, well, these people got this. That's how a woman think. A man gonna stay in his own lane and be happy about what he got going on with his woman, right? He ain't gonna think about all these other women that are independent, that don't need a man for nothing. Oh, it can work. It work both ways. You got these independent women that they don't need a man for nothing but the obvious things, love, affection, things like that, right? But they don't need you to come in and pay bills. What about them type of women? We don't think about them. But guess what? Women think about the men that pay bills. Why you don't think about the women that pay bills? You don't think about the women that pay bills, do you? You just glad about your woman that you got. She don't do the same thing. The average woman don't do the same thing. She think about other dudes who pay bills. Plural, more than one bill. You paying for one bill, right? She thinking about dudes that pay all bills. Let's keep it real. Think about it. When she get tipsy, what you think she thinking about? She wish she loved you and she loved the sex, but she wish that you would be that guy. She wish she know you got it going on as a person, as a personality and a mindset and sexually, but she wants you to be this other guy that paid bills. That's all she waiting for. She's waiting for it. You realize that, right? And that's a black woman too. She waiting for it. You know what she waiting for? The sex is great, right? But guess what? For most black men, the sex gonna be good. What's she waiting for? She waiting for you to get yourself together. And she ain't telling you that. And there's an egg timer that you're not aware of. You're not conscious of it. There's an egg timer. And she's waiting for you to get yourself together. And the longer time goes by, guess what? She's getting aggravated. Her face is changing, right? Because guess what? She was waiting for you to be inspired by your relationship like she is. See, a woman, when she's inspired with a man and having sex, she want to go out and do stuff. Guess how we are as men? We're the opposite. When we find a good woman, guess what we want to do? Guess what the average black man want to do? You want to sit home and have sex. Oh, I'm a man. I know. Listen. You don't want to go nowhere. The perfect woman is the woman that don't want to go nowhere. Oh, come on, bro. Come on. I'm a man. I know. Listen. You don't want no woman that want to go, always want to go somewhere. Cause you don't want to really interact with the community. You not at that time. You with this woman, you don't want. Listen. All you want to do is cook, drink, and make love and watch movies. That's how most black men are. We simple when it comes to that. As far as what we want to do on a day-to-day basis, all I want to do, cook, make love, take my clothes off, and dance around and make love to my woman and watch some movies and drink again and listen to some music or whatever and watch some more movies, and that's it. That's the only thing we want to do. A woman, she has sex with you and she want to go out and do stuff. This is how a woman is. Listen, her perfect guy is we gonna make love, take a shower, and then go to the park. You wasn't thinking that, was you? Her perfect guy is we gonna make love, take a shower, and go to a movies. Oh, she would love that. Oh, a woman would love that. We done had sex, take a shower, go to a movie. We make love, have sex, right? Both, combination of both. Then guess what? Take a shower, go out there, go hold hands and go sit out in the park and watch children, stuff that you wouldn't even want to do. You got to understand how these women think. A real man find it humorous, not in a negative way. We find women to be ever amazing to us, and ever humorous as well. Even in all our smarts as men, a smart man will always find a woman's mentality very humorous and complex, sophisticated even. So you can't tell me she would like to make love and then lay there like you. See, what you want to do is you want to make love, watch a movie, and lay there and maybe get something to eat, and maybe you'll get up and cook something and y'all just chill at the house. That's all you want to do. What she want to do is be more adventurous and make love and get up, take a shower, and go somewhere. I'm telling you, that's how women are. She would think you the greatest man in the world if y'all made love, took a shower, and went somewhere after that. Now we can go out in the love haze and we just made love. See, that's how she wants. That's what she wants. She ain't happy when y'all want to have y'all have sex and then y'all just lay there and don't do nothing. I'm telling you, she got used to it, but that ain't what she like. All women like to go out, man. That's a fact. And you don't, as a man. You don't. You don't like to go out. But guess what? Though? This is the good part for you. This is the bad part for her. The more things change in the world and things get bad, women ain't gonna be able to go out all the time. And if you a good intelligent man, you'll start prepping your woman and telling her, yo, times have changed, baby. We can't all that going out, trying to go to the club. See, a woman like to do stuff like that. She want to go to these dance clubs. Yeah, she want to dance. She want to go out. She ain't gonna be able to do it. Times get bad 3 times more notches. She ain't gonna want to go out nowhere. She ain't gonna be able to do it. Because a woman will start paying attention. Oh, it's getting crazy out there. It's getting dangerous. They already realize it. A woman is gonna be more aware of it than a man, actually. Oh, it's getting bad. We can't go there no more. No, baby, it's too ghetto. It's too ratchet. We can't go. We can't go there. I used to like to go there, and I know you didn't, but you always went because I wanted you to go. But you ain't got to worry about it no more. I don't want to go. It's a woman saying that right now somewhere. I know you don't really want to go, but guess what? You win because we ain't going no more. We ain't going out there no more. Oh, I'm glad. You talking about that place over there? Oh, yeah. It was a 5-hour drive. It was a 5-hour drive, and you just like that chicken and you like the food over there. I just went over there because you wanted to. Me and we don't want to do nothing but have sex and watch movies. That's all we want to do. Drink a little wine. You know what I'm saying? We might sit out on the porch. We're exciting too. We might sit out on the porch. That's how excited we get. We sit out on the back porch or on the back front porch. Come on, let's do that. Women want to go everywhere. But that time is gone. That time is gone. It's leaving. There's too many crazy people out here. People doing stuff randomly, man. You know, a woman gonna detect it first. She gonna say, nah, I don't think we should go. But then you gonna have them dinky kind of women that say, well, let's just go on out there anyway. Yeah, man. See, the truth is, right now, you need a woman that kind of can easily read between the lines, and she got that women intuition, and she can easily see, look, man, we can't go there no more. But if your woman just want to be one of them type of women that just want to go out for the sake of going out, I feel sorry for you, bro. Them women that love to just go out to say she did it. Not even that her heart is in it. She just want to say she did that today for her day on a Saturday. It don't matter what the hazards are. It don't matter what the problem is. It don't matter how bad it is in the world. She just want to say, I went out today. That was my routine. I didn't see that. That's what's bad. She ain't using no intuition. She just want to be able to say, because in her value system, she feels she has a sense of well-being if she goes somewhere, right? She feel good. She feel like she know what women would do. She got something to talk about. If she don't do that, guess what? If she don't do that, guess what happens? Guess what happens? She feels a sense like she ain't do nothing for the weekend, and that worries her, that bothers her. She ain't really do nothing. You got women like that. She don't feel like she did nothing for the day. I don't feel like I did nothing. She'll say that. You don't need that type of woman. Or you need to start prepping her and letting her know, like, listen, baby, which a smart woman will understand. But let's keep it real. All women are not created equal, right? If your woman is not picking up on the vibe that things have changed in the world, you need to break it down. You need to break it down. Look, baby, it's getting bad out there. All you got to do is show her certain things, and she gonna say, certain news clips or whatever about that certain place y'all going to. You start showing her stuff. She gonna be like, oh, I didn't know. Now, see, that's how you got to do. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is put out the information. All you got to do is listen, you got a phone, you got YouTube, you got internet, you got to put out the information, man. Yeah, that's real. So you don't be running all around town, man, and you know it's crazy, and then the gang stalking and all of that, all this crazy stuff going on, these weirdos in public. If you being gang stalked, most women gonna sympathize with that. But you gotta break it down. You gotta articulate that, because see, once my woman realized I was being gang stalked, you know what she told me? If I was being gang stalked, I wouldn't want to go nowhere either. Ain't that messed up? But your woman can easily see, use her intuition. She can easily see that. If I was being gang stalked, I wouldn't want to go nowhere either. That's what my woman told me. So a woman understands. But then a woman, the same woman will tell me, well, I wouldn't let nobody change me. I still want to go out. And see, this is what happens with women that get gang stalked. They still try to go out there and fight and be among the community and try to fight for their right to party. Right? But not just switching up the party. Just switch it up. That's all you got to do. You switch up the party. You don't get denied of your right to party. And see, that's how she feels. A woman feel like, oh, I'm being denied of my right to party. I can't really go nowhere. Are you crazy? I'm not gonna sit here. I'm gonna go out there. I don't care what they doing. I'm gonna go party in their face. I ain't no punk. I'm gonna go out there in their face and I'm gonna party and I don't care. See, women used to dealing with catty, diva like women, so that's how they gonna look at it. They gonna look at it like it's their side over there, it's our side over here, and we gonna party in their face and we gonna do us, because they used to dealing with the dynamic of rivalry with women. They used to rival women, right? They used to women rivaling them. Okay, so then that's how they gonna look at the gang stalkers as rivals. You ain't looking at it like no rivals, because for me, they're not worthy to be my rivals. Well, to rival me, you have to rival my numbers. To rival me, you have to rival what I do. You can't just decide to be my rival without any numbers, and nobody knows why you would even compare yourself to me. I don't know why you would even compare yourself to me. Intellectually, you definitely ain't on my level. I mean, come on, man. I'm talking about real relationships, everything a man can relate to. They can't do the same thing. That's what I'm talking about. And then look, this is how you know I'm not gay. I just proved it. Boom. Voila. A man can't talk from experience with no woman like this and be gay, buddy. See, what you got to understand is this. Being gay is a psychology. It's a psychology. It's not sexual experiences. Because many black men would tell you, I've had gay sexual experiences when I was a child, right? Right. You ain't gonna want to ever admit it, but many of these rappers have had gay, and gangsters and real killers have had gay experiences as a child, right? So if we go by the technicality of you having a gay experience, and we think because you gay, then everybody will be gay. So then gay is not an experience, it's a psychology. And so you can have all these experiences and act on experiences, but not have the psychology. You see what I'm saying? You gotta understand that, like, if you don't size dudes up when you go outside, which I don't, then you don't, at face value, you don't have the psychology of a gay man. I don't go outside looking at men. I ain't never do that. I go outside, a woman might stick in my mind and catch my attention if she look good. You know what I'm saying? But I don't go outside thinking about no man. That's how you know. Now, if you struggle with that, that's your psychology. You got gay. You struggle with gay psychology. I don't. I can be around men and ain't nothing crossing my mind. I ain't think about nothing, because I see men the right way. You know what I'm saying? I see men the right way, and for also being in the streets. You know, you can't go, even if you do have gay psychology. You can't go out here sizing up men, dangerous men that you don't know. So for me, because I had street mentality, I would never even go out there thinking about nothing, because some people will take that as an offense that you size them up and they seen you look at them a sexual way. Some men don't like that. You can't look up and down a man like that. Some dudes, they feel some type of way, and then if something goes through them towards you, you know how they gonna blame you for that feeling. So let's just say they feel something sexually because you kept looking them up and down and you dressed a certain way or whatever. If you make them feel something, don't you know somebody might want to hurt you? That you made him feel some type, you turned him on. In other words, don't you know some men will want to hurt you because you turned them on? Oh, you don't understand the psychology of men, do you? If he's obviously a straight man and you got all this stuff going, but you not a woman to him, right? Don't you know he might want to hurt you because he felt some type of feeling that he ain't never felt? Oh, you ain't think about that, did you? Especially the old school, you might make him feel something he ain't never felt, right? He don't like that. That you think he would, he don't. Guess what? He might want to do something to you. And guess what? This is a complete stranger. Oh, listen, bro. You think women are crazy? Men are really crazy. You just ain't met a whole bunch of men, okay? A man will, if you turn him on and he not gay, he gonna blame you for the feelings. He gonna blame you for the feelings that he feel. That's what I'm saying. You got some men out there. Listen, bro. That's why I go outside and I don't even look at people in their face. That's why I never had no problem. See, the reason why I got more respect than you, because no matter how I live my life, I didn't go out there sizing up men. I didn't go out there looking at men some kind of strange way. I kept it 100. I looked at people like street niggas. I moved like a street nigga in the streets, and you didn't. You went out there, you didn't know how to move like that, and you was looking up people, and you couldn't hide your psychology, and you sizing up dudes, and everything, and you don't care if children are around. People look at that. They don't want to. I'm gonna tell you what most Americans are like. They don't want no gay stuff around their children. That means you sizing up niggas in front of them and their children. They don't want none of that going on. They don't even want you looking at other niggas around their children or talking to other niggas around their children. That's indecent to them. Like, put that to the side of our society is how they feel. Don't have this all out here in front of the kids, because they don't even want their kids to learn that stuff from you. You see what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons too. They don't want to see no examples of that. They don't want no examples of that to their kids. Like, get that away from my kids, man. Don't come around. Some people like that. And how you gonna argue with that? It's gonna be a problem because you could be right and you gonna be right. You can do what you want to do, but so then when you go back and forth with him, that's when about what you doing, what you want to do. That's when it's gonna be a problem. You got some dudes like that. He's wrong, but if you try to argue with him, it's gonna be a problem. You could be absolutely right, and it's a problem if you try to argue with this nigga. I'm telling you. He can say, man, I don't want this around my kids. And what you gonna say? What you mean? And you know everybody smoke weed and drink now. If you say what you mean, I ain't doing nothing to your kid. This dude don't want you doing nothing gay around his kids, and he's just a regular person, a normal stranger in the streets. He don't want none of that around his kids. You know what I'm saying? You see, I understand. See, because I'm from the South. Maybe that's what it is too. I understand the psychology of men. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want you to look at them. They don't want you in your own lane. Don't try to show them nothing. Don't try to act like you just like a woman or any of that. They don't want none of that. They don't want you to show them none of that. And there's some people that I don't use the term faggot with everybody. Just like I don't use the term nigger with everybody. And just like I don't use the word cracker with everybody. Every white person ain't a cracker. Okay? And just like every gay person is not a faggot. A faggot to me, this is my definitions that I coined, right? A faggot is somebody who is persistent towards a straight man and he's not gay. Those are faggots. If this person is making it clear that he's not gay, but you keep pursuing him, you're a faggot. That's how I see it. Because it's a dangerous situation anyway. If it's a straight man and he tells you he's not gay, For me, that's danger. You don't play with that person. This person is telling you he's not gay, bro. So then you don't know how he gonna act out. You don't know his psychology. And that's a fag. See, a faggot to me is it's other gay people who mind their business. You can tell. You can tell how they carry themselves. They don't mess with nobody. When you can tell, you can look at them and tell they don't want to be bothered, and they just trying to get through society, right? The best way they know how. But then you got other people who come out here and they know they love to size up straight men. Them type of dudes. And this is who hates you because they feel like you preyed on a straight man. Even though he wasn't gay, right? Or at least he wasn't with no men, right? But you preyed on that. It's people that don't respect that. At least let it be that's what he wanted to do. But you're gonna always say that's what he wanted to do. You see what I'm saying? But people that are smart in high psychology, they gonna say he would have never done that if it wasn't for you. He would have never been with no dude. He wasn't with no dudes before. So all you wanted to do with your mind fixed on doing a certain thing was to turn him out. So because he was innocent, not realizing that's what you were trying to do, he fell for it. See, if I know that's what you're trying to do, I know you're trying to turn me out, I ain't gonna let it happen. But a regular dude might just be hanging with you, you know what I'm saying? Not realizing. And that's who we call fags. Those are faggots, man. You know what I'm saying? I done met gay people that sell drugs. I done met thugs, gay thugs. But that don't mean that vouchers for you. That cause nah. See, as soon as you say that, gay people proud like that represents them. That don't represent you. You a fag. You a faggot. Because you coming on to men that don't want to be came on to. You playing around men that told you they not gay. That's the kind we despise. That's who real men despise. If you stay in your lane and you mind your business and you knew how to carry yourself out here in the streets, nobody would have no problem with you. That's why, like, see, for me personally, like, I stayed in my lane so good, niggas couldn't say nothing. Niggas couldn't say nothing. Cause I hold my head. You know what I'm saying? I go out here in the streets and hold my head. I don't go out here moving around weird around children and all of this stuff. See, you got niggas like, you can't even hang with niggas like that. If you a gay nigga, and I'm not condoning that life at all, and you got them one weirdo friends, everybody knows which one I'm talking about. The one that be all doing weird stuff in public and shit and stuff. And he talking to everybody, trying to talk, and he ain't conscious of kids. He just doing whatever he want to do. Them people like that can get you killed, bro. I'm telling you right now. Cause look how he moving, man. He don't see you. The gay community, especially in the black community, you're forced to move like the streets. That's why if you from the hood and you gay, you move right. You know how to move. Because you can't come out here, you can't go to the bodega looking at all the niggas, like looking them up and down. Because niggas don't even do that with other people. No, people do it to each other. So how you gonna do it? It ain't about what you like sexually. You can say that, but you know somebody arguing with somebody right now for sizing a dude up somewhere right now in America. He talking about, man, why you looking at me, man? Oh, man, look, man, I'm sorry, I'm gay. That's all you can say. And that's going to make it worse, actually. Because he going to say, do I look gay to you? Now he questioning, so why would you look at me? And you see I'm not, see them type of niggas. So why would you think I was gay? Okay, so then if I'm not gay, then why would you even waste your time looking at me? Why would you be in the streets looking at me and dangerous as the streets are? This is how criminals think. And why would you be looking at me? Even besides being gay, besides sexual orientation, nobody looks at nobody like that around here. We don't stare in nobody's face, and we don't look at somebody up and down nowhere. This is why I made it everywhere. You know why? Because I don't go in the stores looking at everybody. I don't go in the stores looking at everybody's face and you know what I'm saying, trying to talk to everybody. Trying to acknowledge everybody. Everybody don't want to be acknowledged, bro. I mean, you gotta think about it. Criminals don't want you looking all in their face. That's the main thing. If you just done a crime, you want people looking in your face. That's the main reason. You're going to be like, man, why you keep looking at me, brother? That's the main paranoia of a criminal. I just did a crime. Now this person's looking at me. You know what I'm saying? Why is you looking at me, bro? That's why dudes do that. A lot of dudes. Why is you looking at me? Oh, I'm just looking. Why you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I just did crimes. Why are you looking at me? He's not going to say that part, but I'm showing you that part. I just did a crime. Why are you looking at me? I'm a known criminal. Why are you looking at me, bro? Maybe you're an informer. You know, you keep looking at me. Nobody else move like that. See, a good dude might tell you, man, look, man, nobody don't move like that around here. All that looking at each other and all that paying attention and all that stuff, no one moves like that. That's why I made it everywhere I went, and people get jealous. And see, and right here is why I need to show you. Gay people was jealous of me because, and this is why they were jealous, because I obtained respect that they couldn't obtain. I got respect that they couldn't get. And so it was a lot of gay people that tried to go and get the respect that I got, but they couldn't get it. That's what it is. They could not get the respect that I got, right? So then that's why they hated me, because the proof, listen, the secret sauce was I have the psychology of real niggas, and you don't got it. You don't got the psychology of real niggas. That's the secret sauce, and ain't no white boy gonna have it. One of these gay little dudes ain't gonna have it. So all he gonna do is go out here and hand out money and hand out weed, and the streets gonna play you, and they gonna take your goods, and they still ain't gonna respect you like they respect me. Because it's just natural to respect somebody that can relate to you. That's just natural. Whether he can put money in your hands or not. If I show you principles, if I can show you principles and break it down to rules and regulations, you're gonna be more attentive to me. You ain't gonna listen to this other nigga just handing out goods. You're gonna treat him like a trick. You're gonna treat him like he tricking off. That's how you gonna treat him. You're gonna treat me like I'm one of the homies, which is whether I'm broke or not, I'm one of the homies, right? Like in the hood, okay, you ain't gonna expect your homie to hand you money every time you see him, but that's your homie. You enjoy his company regardless. You know what I'm saying? I done had grown black men tell me, yo, I enjoy your company, man. I enjoy your company. So imagine gay people trying to compete with that. You ain't got the goods. You don't know rules and regulations. You don't really know how to move out here. So you could never be in my shoes. See, and I didn't try to do that. I didn't try to compete with you. You tried to compete with me. You sized me up like I was like you, and you tried to come do what I do, and you couldn't do it. Because you didn't come from where I came from. Which is, I walk out here with my psychology straight. I don't come out here walking around like a gay dude looking at these dudes. That's why, so that ain't none of my energy. I'm not hiding it, and it ain't none of my energy. So by the time I see somebody in public, you can see ain't none of that on me, right? I'm not, see, if you was hiding it, see, by the time you get to the store, everybody can see it's on you. They can still see it on you, right? Because that's really what you was thinking about like 20 minutes ago. But if I wasn't, and I was moving like the streets, when I come in there, they're going to respect me. Because the energy that comes in there is, I'm watching the streets. Just like a real nigga. I'm moving in rules and regulations like the streets. And so when I finally come into a store, or I finally come in front of people, that's going to be the vibration and energy. So you can't hide energy and vibration. Okay, so if that's really who I am, that's why the streets keep confirming it over and over again. This dude is cool, because that's how I move. I move cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool is to understand what you need to be at any given time. That's my definition of cool. What cool is to understand what you need to be at any given time. So if you in the hood and you a gay dude and you sizing up all these niggas walking down the street, and when they got women with them and everything, you're not a cool person because you don't understand what to be. You know what I'm saying? You might see somebody that obviously is gay, but he with his family. But you're not cool for trying to out the dude, you know, and you know this dude is in the closet, right? Now you're not a cool person. A cool person is, okay, and I'm not condoning it. Oh, I know what you do, but I'm going to pass you by. You know what I'm saying? I see you with your family. I'm going to move on. I'm going to respect that. I ain't going to try to out you and speak to you. And yo, now the woman wondering why he knows your name or whatever. And so, and I ain't, you know, that's not a cool person. A cool person knows what to be at any given time, any situation. That's how we know who cool. If you don't know what to be, then that means you're not a cool person. You're not a cultured person because you don't know what to be. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I always know what to be. If I know how to adapt. It's not acting. It's just knowing what part of me to be. You know what I'm saying? In that situation. If I come out here and they gang stalking, you know what I need to be? I need to be hostile. I need to be away from the community. I don't need to have nothing to do with the community. That's what I need to be. It ain't cool in this context knowing they gang stalking, but I'm trying to talk to everybody. Even in this building, I know it's all gang stalkers, all lame niggas, right? So why would I be trying to be cool with people? No pun intended. I already know what it is. So why would I try to be cool with people? So you would say, nah, that's not cool. He talking to everybody. That's the exact words you're going to use. Nah, it's not cool because them people against him. Why he talking to him? See what I'm saying? When you learn to be what's cool, I know what to be. I know how to move in this building. Ain't nobody my friend in this building. And that's how I move. And ain't no need to try to split hairs about it. You know what I'm saying? It's no need to do that. So that's why I still remain cool. In other words, if I didn't know, then you would esteem me as okie doke. Like I'm a dinky dude. I'm a slow dude. But when I know and I move differently, then some people gonna say, oh, you're a jerk. How I'm a jerk? I know what's going on. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay, so if I show no signs of knowing what's going on, now I'm a stupid person. Now I'm retarded. Whatever. But if I show you I know what's going on and I don't deal with you and I say I remain hostile and I keep weapons on me, oh, I'm crazy. Oh, I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm adjusting to the situation. I'm giving you, if it was cool people, if they was gay and they was cool and there nobody playing with me and playing my face, I wouldn't have weapons every time I move around. It would be overkill. That would be overkill. I wouldn't need weapons every time I move. If people weren't playing in my face and they were just gay people. See, they trying to put it like they just gay people and they not. They not. They playing in our face. They playing in my. It's a whole different dynamic. So then the reason why weapons are held is not because you're gay. It's because you're playing in my face. That's all it is. See, I can explain my position. I can break it all the way down, and I can show people why I'm moving the way I'm moving. See, because they gonna tell you, oh yeah, because he hate gay people. Nah, it ain't that. It ain't that at all. It's not that at all. It's these particular gay people are playing around, right? And they expect us to see them as just harmless gay people, and that's not how it's gonna be perceived. If you doing witchcraft and psychological games, and you using witchcraft and psychological games, how am I gonna worry about what your sexuality is? A nigga like me, I'm a soldier. A soldier is not gonna use more of the social aspect than a thug and a gangster. A thug and a gangster is gonna look at it, oh, that's a gay dude, I don't care either way. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm a soldier. I'm looking at this person as a person that is waiting to find some kind of problem with me. That's the military part of me. I'm looking at this person as a person that is working as eyes and ears for these other niggas. That's already a problem. They eyes and ears. They eyes and ears for these other niggas. That's already a red flag already. But a gangster will see that they are doing that and feed into it and all of that, and I'm not. But then again, a thug may be hostile too. A gangster might be just as hostile as I am. Like, they ain't feeling that, because once I know you working with the other side, why would I have any love for you? Why would I embrace you in any way? That if that was the case, that would mean that I am not a threat myself. That would mean I'm not inclined to be a violent person. Make sense? I can't deal with somebody I know is playing games, bro. And that's it. That's all. And that's how you know I know how to move. I don't get this far living in all these different places, not knowing how to move, bro. I don't get this far not knowing what I'm talking about when it comes to people and how to move out here. That's one thing I do know, and you should expect me to say that. Being in all the cities I lived in, how I don't know how to move. How do I not understand people? I done lived in California. I done lived in Florida, North Carolina, where I'm from, in New York, and different boroughs in New York. Staten Island. I lived in Staten Island. Brooklyn, in 3 different places. Harlem. I lived in Harlem. Now, how you gonna tell me about black people and I live in Harlem? This is the kind of information I'm gonna listen to. I ain't gonna ignore it like a white boy. I'm gonna say, oh man, he lived in Harlem, so how can he be racist? That's what smart nigga gonna say. Okay, well, no. Harlem ain't nothing but black people. He wasn't in Spanish Harlem. He was on 126 in Lenox. 126 in Malcolm X. Whichever one you choose to use. He was on 126 in Lenox? No, that's all black people right there. That ain't nothing but black people. How he gonna be hateful towards black people when he lived in Harlem? How he gonna be? That's funny. It's laughable. He lives in Harlem, walking past the Apollo. I used to walk past the Apollo every day. That's where jealousy comes in. Don't you see what I'm talking about? They can hear the information to validate who I am, but then you start thinking these gay people start thinking these gay thoughts, these gay jealous ass thoughts. Not, oh, that's right. He done went and deviated, and now he jealous. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't take half these gay niggas serious. Because you know what? Even when you figure out the truth, you jealous. So you can't help a person like that. You can't help a jealous person. You can help anybody else but a jealous person. You know why? Because a jealous person is going to be stuck on that this person is better than them. They stuck on that. You can't help a jealous nigga. Because they not listening to the information. You see what I'm saying? They not listening to it. They hear all the good stuff and they hating. They mind go to where they start hating. Oh yeah, man. Listen, I told you I lived in Harlem. I used to walk past the Apollo every day. These white boys jealous. These black gay boys jealous. I used to walk past Harlem, the Apollo every day. That was my stomping ground. Central Park, all the way to the back, with the lake around there. I know all about Harlem. Okay, but I didn't try to do that. They sent me to Harlem. I didn't try to go there on purpose. That's what make it even better. I didn't try to go to Harlem on purpose. I was going through the shelter system, and they sent me to Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was right there on the block with Sylvia's, the restaurant Sylvia's. I was on the same block. Right? Okay, so then if I'm on the same block as Sylvia's, and I'm back and forth past the Apollo, how you gonna act like this nigga is against black people? Cause you a clown, bro. That's why. A lot of gay niggas is clowns, bro. And because listen, you're not bred with rules and regulations like us. You get a little bit of street stuff from a couple street niggas that come over there on your side, but then they ain't even got it together. You know what I'm saying? Because most of them that deviate on your side probably don't got it together. Let's keep it 100. They not moving like us. Okay, so then when didn't you find them gay dudes over there that done crimes and they done stuff in the streets? Okay, but they not moving like the streets. Okay, you just did crime, but you wasn't really moving like the streets. So that's how you think you know what it is, and you don't. Because you get some street niggas over there, and I know it's criminals on every side, right? But they not moving right, even though they criminals. Just because you're a criminal don't mean you're moving right, bro. That's why niggas go to jail. That's why niggas get killed. You know, just because you do crimes or you inclined to do crimes don't mean you on my level. That's all I'm saying. A nigga think he do a crime and he the thug of thugs, the gangster of gangsters. Sorry, bro. You're just a random criminal to me. At best, you're a random criminal. That's it. That's how I see you. I don't see nothing special about you. Because I'm gonna go by how you carry yourself. You leave trash all on the floor. You leave debris all on the floor. What kind of nigga is that we respect? Leave trash all on the floor, debris and stuff, and know they did it, and leave it there for days. I would never respect a person like that. And I don't care what they do. I don't care where they come from. I don't care if they're doing it on purpose. I don't respect somebody like you. I refuse to. And ain't nothing you can do about it. So you thought I was a little lame nigga. I'm a parent. I'm a father. I'm a dad. I don't respect no nigga leaving stuff on the ground and debris all everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, just unnecessary stuff. Nobody's perfect. But debris everywhere, just obvious stuff, nah. I don't respect nobody like that. I do not. Okay? I seen a trash can right there 30 feet away from where the debris is, and the person just walked past it. These the type of niggas we don't have nothing to do with in our family. They do the same thing at your house. They do that part. They do the same thing in your family's house and somebody else's house in your family. And you don't got no respect for them dirty ass niggas. So ain't no way in the world you gonna walk on. I don't care what you're doing, witchcraft or whatever you're doing. Witchcraft, craft witch. I don't give a damn what you're doing. You don't get no respect from a man like me. So see, was it my fault that a nigga did that? That's what I'm saying. That's why I let people be who they are, right? And who you are is who you are. And it's no excuses. That's what we go by in the real world. Ain't no nigga I know that's either been locked up or a thug and a gangster gonna be living in a pod with somebody, right? Where it's 3 rooms. They leave trash and bottles and all kind of stuff outside your room, and they obviously know it's theirs. Ain't no real nigga I know that's a gangster, that's a head honcho, is gonna respect that nigga. No. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you done. I don't respect you. And you already know that. And it ain't gonna change. Cause see, you know, like people say, you can't make a first impression. It's never a second time to make a first impression. Once I realized that's one of the first impressions of you that I get from you, is that you are a person that'll leave trash and let everybody see your nastiness all on the ground. You can never form that first opinion again, that first impression again. You can never form that first impression. That's my impression of motherfuckers around here. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect them niggas, man. That's what I'm saying. Dirty ass niggas, I don't respect you. I don't respect people like you, bro. And that's that. And that's that. And so that's how I was. And, you know, without even trying. You know, there ain't nothing else to see. See, but it's depending on what caliber of nigga you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a lame nigga still sitting around thinking something to see. Cause he too stupid. he just as dirty and nasty as they are. You know what I'm saying? A real nigga gonna look and see that and say, nah. I don't care if it's on purpose or not. I'm gonna win wars being clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna win wars the right way. That's white boy stuff. That ain't gonna bother that nigga. That ain't bother me because you left trash down there. I don't care nothing about it. It don't bother me at all, bro. So then see, I don't see eye to eye with niggas like that. That's it. I don't. But you see why? It ain't cause I'm bougie. How is it cause I'm bougie? If I was bougie, it would be from day one with no reason, for no reason. Bougie is for no reason. That part. Bougie is for no reason. I separate from you for no apparent reason. You trying to be cool. Nah, that's bougie, right? How is it bougie when I'm showing you the reasons that I don't deal with you? That's not bougie. You leave trash everywhere. You don't care. You leave it there for days and days. Nah. That's not, that person can never listen. That person, I don't care what that person feels about me. I don't care. I don't care what they feel. You can feel whatever you want to feel. You can feel whatever you want to feel, and you can go screw yourself with whatever you feel. Because to me, you are not my judge. You proved it. You the type of nigga that leave trash on the ground. And you can be comfortable with that. You can be comfortable leaving trash on the ground. What kind of nigga is that? That's a bum. That's what we call them. They the ones that leave trash everywhere outside. Who you think doing it? A real nigga gonna pick up a paper bag. That part. Only way I ain't gonna pick it up if the wind blowing and everything and it's just gone. Okay, I ain't gonna go all the way back. But like if it's obvious, like bags of chips, an empty bag of chips, bottles and everything, I'm gonna pick it up. I ain't gonna leave that there. I ain't gonna just throw it down and leave it there. Now, in the case I'm chilling with the homies and I might be drinking a beer, I might throw a can on the off the block. But that's normal. But just like obvious debris, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Even if I'm drinking, I'll still go past a trash can if I can. If I see one in my vicinity when I'm about to be done drinking, then I'm gonna just throw it in the can. Why not? But if I don't see no cans, okay, then that's different. Most dudes gonna just throw it off the block. You know, but, you know, so you can see nobody's perfect, but at the same time, just obvious debris and nasty people. Listen, bro, let me make that very clear. It's nothing ghetto about that. We don't consider that ghetto. For a lame person from the suburbs, you think that's being ghetto. That's being ratchet. We see that as a nasty person. We don't see that as that got anything to do with the hood. That got anything to do with that. Let's make that very clear. That don't have nothing to do with the hood. That don't have nothing to do with the streets, because you're a nasty person. Okay? That don't make you some hood gutter person. Nah, that ain't how you do it. If anything, a person from the streets is gonna grow up cleaning up, maintaining, being a good steward over what they got. You got two types of people in the ghetto: nasty people that just don't care what they do, and you got people that, with everything they have, they're a good steward. You know what I'm saying? They clean up their floors. They're grateful for everything they got. They take care of everything they got. So white folks don't know no better. That's why I told them you shouldn't even be in our politics, because you don't know no better. White people don't know no better. No, you don't. You don't know the difference between nasty black people and black people that take care of what they got. So you would just think he represents black people. No, he don't. No, he don't. That person does not represent no black people. And we ain't gonna let him play like he do. We ain't gonna let these dumb, nasty niggas play like they represent black people. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all there is to it. And it ain't nothing else to talk about. It's nothing else to say. Because I'm too smart for niggas to come back and try to do something else later. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna look at you like a child. You can't bamboozle me and come do something later. I'm gonna form my opinion right then and there of you. Because ain't no way in the world you're gonna sit there and let trash and walk past trash over and over again. See, that's how I weed these niggas out in this building. If you leave any trash and all this stuff around here and debris and everything and all that, and you comfortable with that, you can live like that, me and you are two different type of animals. And that's by street perspective, because a street nigga is gonna clean up behind himself. I ain't no street nigga gonna leave all kind of stuff all everywhere. That ain't got nothing to do with a street nigga. If anything, he gonna make sure this is good, that is good, that kind of energy. That kind of energy, making sure things is good and clean and proper. That's what a real nigga gonna do. That's what I'm saying. Let's not get this misunderstood. Let's not get this misunderstood. We're not one and the same. This is why we separate. This is why we separate from people. You got the righteous Africans and you got the wicked Africans. And for whatever reason, they think that dirty stuff makes them wicked or whatever. That's a clown, bro. It's just point blank, period. See, I can break it down. They can't break nothing down on me. They can't break me down with information. I can break you down with information. I don't got to do nothing to you. Everybody will feel like you ain't nothing. Leaving trash everywhere, everything. We don't care nothing about what you do. We don't care nothing about no witchcraft. We don't care nothing if you're doing it on purpose. You still a nasty person to leave your trash down there on purpose. Either way it go. We don't respect that person? No. I don't respect you. And that's that. I mean, you know, I stand on my own. You think you're going to find some black people to beat me, and they not. I'm just keep it 100. You ain't going to find no black people because they didn't do what I did, and it's too late for them to do it. That's why I keep telling people the numbers that people trying to get right now, it's the results is already in. All the real niggas done put in their results in the last days. If you, cause now niggas is manipulating, doing stuff, you know, and we don't know what's fake and real. If you don't have no numbers now, it's too late. It's almost World War III, for crying out loud. If you don't have any results, it's over. You just where you at. That's it. And the main reason why is because there's too much manipulation. There's too many niggas out here doing stuff on and we don't know if that's real or not. So all we look at as far as the best, as far as that goes, and the legends, all of the numbers is already in on the legends. Who I am is already in. Niggas done seen me from coast to coast. They done seen me from Florida back in 2018, 8 years ago. They done seen me do all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is what people don't know. The same stuff going on. I'm getting numbers back in 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Nah, bro, listen. The numbers is already in and it's already over. It's already over. It ain't a lame nigga is still trying to do stuff, and you see what I'm saying? And it's already over, bro. This whole community it's all done. You know what I'm saying? And I came out on top, and ain't no way we gonna let a person sucker punch me and think he on my level. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no way in the world, buddy. No, you got too much to do, and you ain't got time to do it. You wouldn't dare have time to do what I've done in this same situation. Apply to this same situation. I done beat so many people just like you, it ain't even funny. I done beat witchcraft, telepath, mind readers. You ain't nothing new than what I've already seen. And if for a person with my reputation, you should already think that. You should be smart enough to know that. You think you're the first person like you that I met? You think you're the first one? You flattering yourself, buddy. You flattering yourself. You're not the first person that I met that used mind reading and trying to trigger on the mind and next door trying to trigger on the mind, knocking on walls and all. You ain't the first person. That's why I know what you was doing. That's why instead of doing that, I called the police because I already knew what you was. You ain't nothing but a witchcraft, mind reading person, probably from somewhere down south. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. So imagine me competing with that person, and we already got World War III almost on the horizon. It's only popping, bro. It's only popping. That's why we got to, and I'm glad I thought about this. This is why we have to make sure, bro, listen, we not making these people relevant anymore. It don't matter what they do. We do not make them relevant. Them niggas is not relevant no more. They not doing anything. That's the bottom line. They cannot do nothing in a time like this. What these little dudes gonna do now? These special little gay dudes, you ain't gonna get no numbers now. We talking about World War III. I'm still getting numbers because I was a soldier from day one. Now you see, even gangsters ain't getting no numbers. That's 7 hours. What numbers gangsters getting in World War III? No, hold up. That's Parallel Park right there. What numbers is gangsters getting? What numbers is gangsters and thugs getting compared to the world that's being created of World War III? Thugs and gangsters ain't even getting no numbers. That's why people hate it, because you see it without seeing it. You understand it without understanding it. You understand I'm getting numbers and they not. Thugs and gangsters ain't. They doing the same thing they've been doing. But when it comes to these higher politics, people want to put them in it. Like Jay-Z. Jay-Z is not in these higher politics. Jay-Z is not in high politics. How? How is Jay-Z in higher politics? He's not doing nothing in higher politics. I am. I'm talking about child marriage laws in America. That's what put me all the way up there already. Then I'm sending money all over the world. I just sent money to Vietnam. Vietnam. You ever sent money to Vietnam? Man, listen, bro, this is a whole nother lane and level, man. Don't compare me to Jay-Z. Do not compare me to no Jay-Z, bro. That's what an ignorant nigga would do. Do not compare me to no Jay-Z. How, man? Why? Because he got money? Oh, so does these white folks. These white folks got money too. So if it's just he ain't the best rapper, let's keep it real. He don't even got the punchlines like Wu-Tang and all these other rappers. 50 Cent, he ain't no good rapper either. 50 Cent ain't no good rapper. Wu-Tang, that's a good rapper. Those are good rappers. RZA, Method Man, those are good rappers. That's what New York is. That's a New York rapper. 50 and Jay is not rap. They not no best of rappers. They got this big boy persona. That's what I call it. It's this big boy persona that and they just lay back on the track and just rap and about who they are or whatever. But it ain't no punchlines. It ain't no good lines. It's not something like, wow, I never heard that before. Wow, I never heard that. I never heard that put like that. And I know that's what New York fans, New York rappers expect, New York hip hop fans expect. You expect your rapper to come in with punchlines like, wow, I never heard that. Wow, I never heard that before. When have Jay-Z said something, wow, I never heard that before? When have 50 Cent said something like, wow, I never heard that before? I'm just challenging you to look at it. I can show you over and over. Wu-Tang, Method Man said stuff you ain't never heard nobody else say. And to me, that's what makes the MC. That's the best. The best is the ones that said something you ain't never heard before. Anybody can talk about gunplay. I do this. I throw out these threats or whatever. Nah. To be a rapper, to be an MC, you got to say something nobody else ain't said. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. You got to put words together the way nobody else did it. If you didn't do that in your career, you're not an MC, bro. You're not an MC for what I expect the MC to be. And I know New York feel the same way. People fed into these personas with Jay-Z and 50 Cent. They fed into these personas. These personas where they was these big dogs before they was even big dogs, really. You know what I'm saying? From the very beginning. And then, from the very beginning, 50 Cent had this, he got shot and everything. That don't make you a great rapper. So it really was his story and all of that and everything. But when you look at the bars, bar for bar, 50 ain't never said nothing to me ever that I felt like, oh, nobody never said that. In the club, this dude's talking about that. You could say how it was arranged. Okay. That's about it, though. After the song In the Club, that was about it, though, bruh. Yeah, In the Club was okay. It was, how it was arranged and nobody really never, that was okay. But just song for song, man, he know it himself, man. He ain't never really said nothing that you can't tell me no lines that he said that is just out this world. That's what you expect of a rapper, especially in New York, out of all places, especially here. And somewhere along the line between 50 Cent and Jay-Z, we got away from, in New York, y'all got away from pride and who y'all raised up as a number one MC, being the person that say lines and rap lines that nobody never said before. Somewhere y'all got out of that, and then you still got dudes on the outside. That's all they do, throwing all kind of crazy lines like, wow, I never heard that. Wow, I never. But they ain't getting the reputation because you begin to your preference for MCs or rappers who you prefer have begun to be twisted with these people that, oh, they got this money, they got this, that, and the third, or they got this street experience, they got thug life experience or whatever, and that's good enough for you because they're authentic as a rapper, as a thug. But that was never good enough. So the CB4, like Chris Rock, as far as a rapper, right? So CB4 was what he lacked was credibility in the rap. MC Gusto, right? He lacked credibility, right? But you could also be MC Gusto when you ain't got no lines, you ain't got no rap. You got the street credibility, but you MC Gusto as far as being an MC. You ain't saying nothing that's like, yo, that was crazy. Yo, that was crazy. Wu-Tang done that they whole career. They said stuff that was crazy. That's what everybody get off on. You listen to Wu-Tang and they say stuff that you have never heard before, right? I bought Wu-Tang albums, right? You listen to anybody, any real Mobb Deep, they say stuff that nobody ain't never said before. You go through their albums, nobody has said it the way they said it. And you ain't gonna dare duplicate it because then everybody know you biting their lines, right? So once it's said and done, and you ain't do it before they did it, you can't do it after they did it. Biggie did the same thing. That's why people like Biggie as far as an MC more than Tupac. Biggie was saying stuff that nobody said. Tupac did it too. He arranged some things too in his way. You know what I'm saying? But And that's still why he get to be considered an MC, because he did arrange things like nobody else arranged it. The arrangements was original, but line for line, Biggie had more original lines. He had more original things to say. Pac was just like on the, you know, like a street dude. Okay, I'm talking about this. I make it a little poetic or whatever. But Biggie sat down and made bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I still remember things he said like that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? That nobody else ain't said before. So, you know, with that being said, I don't really consider Jay-Z and 50 Cent really no MCs. They not MCs. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's the big boy lane, but I call it big boy lane. And Birdman is the one that rules in that. Birdman is the biggest gangster in the rap community. Jay-Z ain't no bigger gangster than no Birdman. And 50 Cent ain't no bigger gangster than Birdman. I ain't trying to pit Birdman against anybody or make people challenge him or anything. But Birdman is the biggest gangster, bro. Hands down. Bigger than Master P, all them dudes, man. If you look at it, if you look at how he think, I look at his mentality. I don't look at his money. I don't look at his money. I've been listening. Let me tell you something about me. I've been listening to Birdman because I had a cousin that listened to Cash Money back in the early 2000s. I've been listening to Cash Money back then with BG and all of them. You know, some of you probably don't even know. These little young niggas don't even know who BG is. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you kind of do is because you kind of been listening to Young Money and Cash Money. You kind of heard about BG. But you ain't never really listened to him. You ain't grow up on BG. I grew up still a young dude, and I heard BG because I had a cousin that liked Cash Money before they was really popular. So I knew somebody that was listening to Cash Money before they was popular. You know what I'm saying? So that's for me, right? Later on, Wayne came out, and then everybody started liking Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I got into Wayne about the Carter 3. That's when I bought the Carter 3. And I liked Wayne after that. You know what I'm saying? Which was a good point to like Wayne. No, but I liked everything he did along the way. But when I went out to get something that Wayne made was Carter 3, you know, and Wayne is another person that got punchlines that ain't nobody ever said. That's what you expect of an MC. Lil Wayne say stuff I know nobody ain't never said before. You see what I'm talking about? This is the pattern. This is why Jay-Z and Lil Wayne ain't comparable. Wayne say stuff that ain't nobody ever said. You listen, man. Listen, Wayne gives a lot of MCs a run. New York MCs, he gives them a run for their money because he say stuff that ain't nobody said, bro. That's what we looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Anybody can get on a song, man, and just throw out these threats and say what you'll do and a little bit of that and a little bit of this. Wayne have said something that he say lines that ain't nobody can say again. And if you try to do it, everybody know you biting his style. That's it. You can't with a real MC, you can't really just say what they just said. You can't do that. It's against the rules, right? You can't just say what this guy just said, right? So all you can do is sit back and admire it. That's all you can do, man. So, you know, Birdman is the only one I consider. That's the top #1 gangster. That's not taken away from anybody else that lived the street life. But that big boy lane is not Jay-Z. It's 50. It's not 50 Cent either. It's Birdman. And this is why. Because Birdman is the only one that has still maintained a real nigga principles, like all the way through and through. Just like you can listen. See how you know a nigga is real? You can put their words beside a nigga that's been in prison and it sound right. If you don't sound like a nigga with principles that a nigga that is in prison can agree with, if you don't sound like none of that, you ain't the streets, man. At least you ain't relevant in the streets. Niggas can hear me, and niggas in prison can hear me and totally agree with what I'm saying. People can hear Birdman and totally agree with what Birdman is saying in the prison system. You start listening to 50 Cent and, like, for example, 50 Cent talking about, Trump might be the answer. Now go let niggas in prison hear that. 50 Cent put out a tweet that maybe Donald Trump is the answer. Maybe Trump is the answer. The answer, right? Okay, that's all he said. Maybe Trump is the answer before he got elected. Now go put that information and say that to street niggas in prison and see if they say, oh yeah, Trump is the answer for America. I'm talking about educated people in the street, in the prison system. Tell them that. You know what I mean? When all you got to do is compare it against if you confused about who really is the top of the street niggas, all you got to do is put yourself in the mindset that would prison niggas agree with this? Would niggas in prison you know that part, niggas that done caught body in prison, would they agree with this? What he's saying? Would they agree with it? That's how you figure it out. Because all this glitz and money and all this stuff in the streets out here, it's gonna get you confused. You just gonna go with what a nigga saying when you see he got money. You just gonna go with what a nigga saying because he got a couple guns or he can put money on your head or whatever. That still ain't good enough. The way you figure out who is really up to par with far as street wisdom and street intuition and principles, all you got to do is put it up beside the prison system and think about what would a prison nigga say to that information. Anything you hear on the video, anything. Boosie is another real nigga. I forgot about him. Boosie is a street nigga. All you hear is street principles. That's all you hear when that nigga talk on videos. All you hear is that nigga talking about the street principles. Even when it comes to his family, everything he say, that's what you're supposed to be able to do. You're supposed to be able to move around on every issue and sound like a real nigga on every issue. You listen to these other niggas, man, it seems like they can't even talk straight on other stuff, man. You know, look at it. Look how they talk about other stuff outside the streets. Oh, they can get that down pat. Any nigga can talk about street stuff and be fluent and sound real good on the street stuff. How you find out who's the top is how does he sound on these other issues. And when you listen to 50 and how he talk about other stuff, man, you know, it's alright, man, but it ain't the top. Birdman sounds top notch. Everything he talk about is top notch. Everything he talk about is top notch, bro. His perspective is top notch. Everything he say, right? Everything he say is as far as a street nigga and real nigga principles, right? Everything, every issue he talk about, a gay nigga can't even get with it. You get blowed away, man. You get blowed away. Now you can go over there with Jay-Z and he can talk for gay people and all that and everything like that. You can go to 50, he can talk about a Birdman. You know, that's how niggas think in prison. They ain't gonna be leaving no room for no gay niggas to coexist. Let's keep it real. There is no room for gay niggas to coexist with these real niggas in prison. It ain't no room for that. It ain't no room. They stay out the way. That's what they do. But these other niggas made it to where they got room to coexist. I don't coexist because we don't coexist in the same lane. And your lane is not parallel to mine. So how can we coexist? It's because of you. It's because of you. I can't coexist with niggas like that. I can't. And it's Birdman, I can't see him coexisting. No. He can't coexist. They gotta submit to his lane. That's what they do. But you can't. But the way you moving and how you moving, you couldn't move like that beside Birdman's lane as a whole community. No, you can't. You can do that with Jay-Z. You can do that with 50 Cent, but not with Birdman, and that settles it. That settles it. You can't. You listen to Birdman. You can't act like you can't be no lame gay nigga talking about somebody's a pedophile, but you couldn't prove it. You can't be no lame gay nigga talking like that. Well, other niggas, they'll leave room. 50 will leave room for it because he'll bully himself, right? So he'll leave room for a nigga thinking some shit cool like that, doing some dumb stuff like that. I'm not, maybe Jay-Z wouldn't, but I think 50 would, right? Them type of, listen, 50 and Birdman is not comparable. I don't care nothing about his story and everything. He's not comparable to Birdman, bruh. Let's keep it real, because he the first one in line always talking about who's this and who's that. And well, let's talk about Birdman being harder of a gangster than you. Ain't nobody can contest that. And he had a record company. Look what he doing. Look what Birdman did as opposed to 50 Cent. He started that G-Unit, man. Nobody feel that, man. Man, listen, that was short-lived, man. That was very short-lived. That was very short-lived, man. It was questionable. All of them people was questionable. And we all know that. That was the whole controversy, is that all them dudes questionable, man. You know, at least some dude in there, it messed up the whole credibility of that whole situation. So, but Cash Money, man, that's a whole bunch of real niggas all together and everything. you know, it's no comparison, bruh. It ain't no comparison at all, man. It's not no comparison. It's not no comparison. Let's get that straight, man. Because some people don't want to say it, but then at the same time, 50 is always talking about who's who and all of that, and everything like that, and so let's talk about Birdman. Let's talk about you ain't on Birdman's level. You don't talk no street principles like Birdman. Cause Birdman ain't gonna have these gay dudes out here playing around with a real nigga. No, listen, man, listen. Birdman ain't gonna respect no little faggots playing around a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't gonna respect it at all. You know what I'm saying? Birdman will respect. Nah, man, them niggas is not in the nigga lane. Them niggas don't know no street principles. They don't use no real nigga principles. They lame niggas. They ain't ready to go. They ain't ready to do nothing. This nigga over here is 100 ready to kill, and them niggas ain't. So they gonna be like suckers playing games. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. Listen, I don't compete with lames niggas like that. I don't compete with niggas like you. Like Drake said, I don't feel no reason to compete with niggas like you at all. I don't feel no reason. That's what Drake said. That's one of the hardest lines. I don't feel that was on the Stay Scheming. I don't feel no reason to compete with niggas like you at all. All I expect is when you see me, you speak up. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. As far as Drake and Kendrick Lamar, listen, man, Drake, for black people, you ought to be ashamed of yourself because you was all on Drake penis. You were jocking Drake when he first came out. And then let's compare numbers. You ain't jocked Kendrick Lamar when he came out like that, did you? Nah, because people can hype stuff up and make it more than what it is. When Drake came out versus when Kendrick came out, let's see at the beginning. Okay, who was everybody jocking when between Drake and Kendrick Lamar when they both came out on their own? Man, Drake, man, everybody was on Drake, man. They were jocking Drake, bruh. I mean, all these street niggas, these big old heavy street niggas, yeah, that Drake, man. Everybody was on it, even me. I had a homegirl from the South Bronx. This is how, I was with street people. She must have bought the mixtape from somebody. I had the mixtape before the official album came out. Me and her sitting back smoking weed in the dark listening to Drake. Like, wow, this dude is crazy. You know what I'm saying? We ain't do Kendrick Lamar like that. The hood wasn't like that. Everybody was sitting around smoking listening to Drake. Keep it real. Keep it real. Before all the commercial part came. Before the commercial part came, when it was just a street part. Right? When he had something to prove and he was aligning himself with Birdman and Wayne, you couldn't be lame. So when he first came out, that's what I want you to look at. Compared to Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar came out, man, and we like that, what's that one song? I am a sinner, forgive me for the things, you know what I'm talking about, Lord forgive us, Lord forgive, things that I don't understand, sometimes I want to be alone, it don't kill my vibe, I can feel your energy from 2 planets away, I got my drink, I got my cup, so, you can't say I don't know what I'm doing, bruh. It's all in my head, as you can see. My memory bank, I got all that in my head, but so I remember I was in Brooklyn when Kendrick Lamar came out, and I thought that was hard. I thought it was hot. But me personally, I would still have to say, man, as far as originality, I would have to give Drake more on originality. You know what I'm saying? Because of how he put the rapping and the singing together. And you can split hairs about who been doing it. You can talk about Bone, you can talk about other people, but Drake did it like he was almost like an R&B singer and a rapper at the same time. Not like, oh, I'm singing along, because some songs he made, he wasn't rapping at all. What about those songs? You ain't gonna find Bone or any other rappers making a whole singing song where it makes sense, and because of how he looked and he carried himself, it made sense for him to make a whole singing song. Kendrick Lamar can't even do that. Will we respect a whole singing song from Kendrick Lamar? No, no, he's not gonna do that. But Drake was making all these little songs, and we all like that. It was a different vibe, and then it made sense with street niggas at the time because how he aligned himself with Birdman and Wayne. And everybody was jocking it. All these pretty girls, these diva girls. Y'all question him being a pedophile. How you gonna question Drake being a pedophile when all these these pretty girls was all on him? Man, all them pretty girls was on Drake. Kendrick Lamar wasn't pulling no females. Let's talk about the sexuality. Man, most females ain't jocking Kendrick Lamar for his looks. Let's keep it real. Like, Drake should have pulled the Nas line. You getting female because of your looks? Negro, please. Hey, Drake should have pulled the Nas Ether line. Now you getting girls because of your looks? Negro, please. Man, ain't nobody feel Kendrick Lamar because of his looks, man. Ain't nobody think he had some, like, no, bruh. I'm not saying, and no homo, I'm not saying he an ugly guy, but Drake just looked different to all the community, man. And these girls was liking them and feeling them and everything. And you telling me you gonna question his sexuality, and after all these girls were jocking him, that was listen, I'm talking about divas. I'm talking about girls in their 30s and 40s, all that. I ain't talking about these little chicken heads. I'm talking about the divas. The ones put on makeup, mascara, and all that. Eyeliner and all that. Long hair and all that. All real long hair and all that. We talking about that. Them girls was on Drake, and I remember that, man. Y'all remember that? And Eminem couldn't get that. Kendrick Lamar couldn't get it. Let's talk about it. And then, I don't know, man. Like, anybody that managed Drake, I ain't gonna say you fumbled. No disrespect to anybody. But shouldn't y'all have brought that up? Like, yo, hold up. First of all, you talking about sexuality? Oh, first of all, man, look. Drake had all these females on him. I would have pulled up a whole portfolio. All the footage, raw footage of all these older females, all jocking Drake. He got plenty of history of that. That shouldn't have been allowed. Y'all niggas should have said, y'all should have pulled up everything. Y'all should have pulled up the arsenals of all these females jocking Drake, all this stuff. Y'all should have made I would have made a whole documentary. How these females love Drake. Boom. I would have did that. Yeah. How these females love Drake. That's all it was. Everybody know that. How you think I started listening to Drake? My female had the CD. My female had it. I ain't gonna get it. I ain't gonna get no Drake CD. No disrespect, but I didn't even know who he was. Somehow my homegirl got the CD. And me and her sitting around smoking weed, listening to it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like that. You know, I ain't no hater. I was loving it. I was like, dang, that's hot. I'm smoking weed, me and my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? She from the South Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Me and her living together. And she like, I'm smoking and listening to this. I'm like, man, this is hot, man. I like this. You know what I'm saying? The beats was crazy. The dude, Noah, his producer, shout out to him. He made crazy beats and everything in the beginning. You know, that was just like, man, you know, it was a good chemistry he had between Noah and his homie. And you know, those first tracks was hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it 100. Kendrick Lamar didn't really have no formula. You know what I'm saying? Drake came in with a producer. That's what you expect of a star. He came in with a producer and everything. You know what I'm saying? That created his whole formula. You know what I'm saying? What I feel is shame on black people because how y'all was jocking Drake, and we all know that. That's what I feel is messed up. You just went on Kendrick Lamar's bandwagon because of him. He made a little song, whatever. But really, man, the truth is Kendrick Lamar ain't more of a punchline rapper than he ain't got better bars than Lil Wayne. Oh, let's keep it 100, man. Let's see. It gotta be me to say it, don't it? It gotta be me to say. I mean, you know, Kendrick Lamar got some good things. He got some good stuff, but when you look at line for line, he can't see Wayne. He ain't got them out of this world punchlines that you expect of an MC. Kendrick Lamar ain't really getting. You know, it's okay, but not the punchlines like boom, boom like that, boom. Wayne got that, had that. Once he got in his own lane by himself, Wayne had a whole career of just stuff that nobody never said. Wayne, you know, Kendrick Lamar really ain't. Tell me some lines he said that's in your head. I can give you a million lines Wayne done said that everybody remember, but show me some lines that Kendrick Lamar said that everybody remember. That only that hook. Some things I don't understand. Sometimes I wanna be alone. Itch Don't Kill My Vibe. That's the main thing. Well, I give them that. That's the main thing. But what after that? What do we remember as the community after that? I done heard people told me when I was vouching for Kendrick Lamar, I was sitting around hanging with somebody. I was like, yeah, you like that Kendrick Lamar? I was hanging with the street. This is somebody from the streets. He was like, man, nah, he's smart. We get it. You a smart dude, but I don't really like it because he said it sounded too smart. You know what I'm saying? Like nerdy almost. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody from the street, but I ain't forming my opinion right there. I just brought up Kendrick Lamar as I liked his music at that time, but this is what somebody else said. Drake made more hits. What they should have did, if I was Drake, I would have challenged him to a versus. You don't gotta be intimidated by no street credibility. Him being from Compton, see, that's what a lot of people gonna get. Oh, he from Compton, so what? That don't make you the greatest rapper because you from Compton. No, it don't. Okay, so when it comes down to these hits after hits, Drake, and if Drake did a versus with Kendrick Lamar, what Kendrick Lamar gonna have? He gonna have that one song, Don't Kill My Vibe, They Not Like Us, what else? Oh, We Gonna Be Alright. We Gonna Be Alright, he gonna have that. That's 3 songs we know for sure he gonna have. What else? 3 songs in the verses now, they ain't nothing. What else? Drake gonna have all that category, all that stuff y'all liked. He gonna have all them hits, all them songs, all that stuff y'all liked. That's the bottom line. That's how you know I'm not being biased. You know I'm right. What Kendrick Lamar gonna bring in the verses? What Kendrick Lamar gonna bring in the verses, bro? Drake, all them songs he got, all them singles he got, man, we don't even know where to start. We don't even know where to start. Do you know where to start? That's all I'm saying, bro. She would have slaughtered him in the verses, and that's all it is to it. By stuff that we liked. Everybody liked it. All he got to do is go by what everybody liked. Boom. It's over. It's over, bro. DJ Khaled, that song Don't Stop, Get It, with the 2 Live Crew sample, with the Uncle Luke sample. Man, Drake can't get on no lane. I mean, Kendrick Lamar can't get on no lane like that, bro. That's Don't Stop, Get It with French Montana, DJ Khaled, and who else? And Wayne was in that. All he got to do is put that in there with the 2 Live Crew sample. Man, it's over with, bro. Kendrick Lamar can't even, that's one song I'm just thinking about. That's one song. Everybody know that song. Don't Stop, he can't come back from that. I would start out with that. Man, look, it'll be over already, man. DJ Khaled, Kendrick Lamar didn't align himself with people that Drake did. Let's look at that. Kendrick Lamar didn't align himself with DJ Khaled, Birdman, French Montana, Wayne, them type of dudes. Kendrick Lamar ain't aligning himself with that. He went with more like backpack rap, like, Eminem and all. He went to that side over there. All them dudes like Tech 9 type of dudes and all of that. That's what I'm saying. In fact, he the one come off kind of weird. Drake is the one that was with the parties and the girls and everything. See, that's how I would have pushed it. Man, come on, man. Kendrick, where you been, Kendrick? You don't chill in the, you ain't at these parties. You ain't with the whole, you ain't out here. He ain't with the dudes that's stunting and all of that. Man, that ain't Kendrick Lamar vibe, bro. That's not his vibe, man. Like, y'all should have shut him down like that. That's how I would have shut him down. Like, y'all ain't even been out here in the streets and all of this. You ain't even been to these big old shows, stunting with Birdman and all of that and all Wayne. That's how I would have kicked it if it was me. If I was Drake, I was like, man, I would have did video. First of all, man, look at all this history. Look at all this history, bro. Birdman, Wayne, how I aligned myself with all of that. How I'm gonna be a pedophile with all them females over there. With all them females over there, how in the world I'm gonna be a pedophile? All them females with Young Money and all of that, and Birdman and everything and all of that. What females you done made a song with? I done made a song with Nicki Minaj. What females you done made songs with that when it sound right, when it made sense? But show me a hit song you made with a female, Kendrick. With a female. What song? Drake done made songs with females, everything. While we talking about women. What song, when you made a song with a female? I'm just showing you. I'm going by the catalog. I'm going by music, the talent. We ain't going by the person. But even if we did, I mean, you know how many nights Drake done probably had with Birdman and Wayne and all them dudes over there? You can't say he lame. You can't say that. You see, they just want to play with a dude because he, you know what I'm saying? Because they think he a light-skinned dude. You know what I'm saying? You think he a pretty boy. You think you can play with him. But the bottom line is, man, look who he aligned himself with. That's what I'm going to point out to you. Look who he aligned himself with. That's what matters. And look at who Kendrick aligned himself with. Okay, the obvious suspects, the usual suspects, Dre, Eminem. I mean, you know, but them type of dude. No disrespect to Dre, Dre at least, but you know, Eminem ain't no party dude. You know what I'm saying? He's sober. He don't do nothing. It's a different vibe, bruh. Like Kendrick ain't aligned himself with the party and the community and That's why he's trying his best to make them songs for the community, everything. Drake aligned himself for sure, being with Cash Money and being with Birdman and Wayne and them. He aligned himself with the streets. When did Kendrick Lamar do it? Oh, off the strength of being from Compton. That's it. That's all we got. But the other stuff, okay, he did shows and everything, but it's a difference between doing shows and aligning yourself with the streets. This is how everybody should have came out on Kendrick. You don't let no dude like that. And Drake done been out here all this time. And he done been all in the streets. Kendrick ain't gonna never live in the habit like that because they did it before. They did it at the last time when everybody was able to do it. You know, Kendrick out, the world is weird now. He ain't gonna live like Drake. He ain't gonna live in the party and live in the world like Drake did. That's another thing. He lived in a whole different time. The last real time of America. That's gone now, bro. That's gone. Long gone. Kendrick Lamar ain't out here trying to get in where he fit in. You know what I'm saying? As far as the party, you gotta be careful. You know, you got this wars in Iran and you don't know where to go. You gotta be careful where you go now. See, that's why I try to tell y'all. That's why it's all over. You know what I'm saying? Because basically the world is ended. And I'm not saying that out of being biased towards Cash Money and Young Money. That's just the facts, bro. That's the facts. Everything I said was facts, right? And let's talk about it. You know, these young girls probably like Drake. You know they did. You know they did. But so, you know, Drake probably in all actuality had a whole bunch of little girls that had crushes on him. And if he really was guilty of something like that, it would have been came out because all the little girls had a crush on him, bro. And he probably treated like he was their big brother. Look at his stuff in reality. So he was around too many girls. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He was around too many girls, bro. And we know that. That's what he was all about. That was his brand. That's his whole brand. That's what I would have came out and said, man, hold up. Half of my brand is these bad females, first of all. Half of my brand is about these females. That's all. That's the whole lane. That's most of the whole lane. And with credibility, with these. While we talking about Compton, no disrespect, but wasn't Drake dating Serena Williams? Oh, he wasn't he? Oh, he was, wasn't he? Off the strength of that, look, boom, that's it right there. That's all I gotta say to Kendrick Lamar. Oh, you want to know what my sexuality is, right? No disrespect, but wasn't I with Serena Williams from Compton, from the same place, and she older than you. You was a little boy when she was out, wasn't you? Okay, hey, listen, you was a little boy, wasn't you? You was a little boy, wasn't you? You was a little boy, wasn't you, Kendrick? You was a little boy when she was doing what she was doing, wasn't you? That part, that tells you everything, don't it? Okay, so me and her was together, right? So she come from Compton, right? Right where you from. It couldn't have been me, bro. You see, it's too much. It's too much. And see, that's just real life. That's just real. That's without trying. It ain't like, oh, he tried to go date Serena because he can't now. But it ain't like he tried after the fact, after Kendrick. Nah, that was before, way before. Way before. I would have just said, hold up. I would have said, no disrespect. He could have made a whole Serena Williams track. That's what a smash to do. Oh, let me make a Serena. No disrespect, Serena. I would have came in like that. No disrespect, Serena. But I got to do this for, you know what I'm saying? People got to see my portfolio, where it is and everything, because these dudes done got amnesia. You know what I'm saying? I dated one of the baddest women in the game, and what woman have you dated, Kendrick? Hey, show us a woman you done had sex with. Oh, we know you had sex with Lady Gaga. We know that. Yeah, when he first came out, she was hanging with him. No disrespect. Oh, she was hanging with Kendrick when they first came out. Hey, don't that fit kind of like a Kendrick vibe? Lady Gaga and Kendrick. Hey, Kendrick and Lady Gaga was hanging out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, that happened. Oh, I remember. Hey, Kendrick and Lady Gaga was hanging out, guys. Drake was with Serena Williams, buddy. That's the greatest credibility. As far as being a real nigga, everything. And she from Compton? Come on, man. Stop playing. I can't make this up, bro. I can't make this up. That should have been settled right then and there. Oh, wasn't I with Serena Williams? Why you question my credibility? Sexually, wasn't I with Serena? I was with Serena, right? Right. Now, who you been with, bro? That we respect. Oh, Lady Gaga. You was with Lady Gaga. You was with Gaga, buddy. Oh, everybody remember they said they was hanging out. I'm pretty sure they was. Come on. And then she thought, he from Compton. Oh, she gave him a little play. Come on. Oh, come on. I ain't hating. I'm just saying. She gave him a little play, bruh. He from Compton. She gave him a little play. Bro. That should have been over with Drake being with Serena, bruh. That's why shame on black people for letting that go that far. You know what I'm saying? And the prophet, the one, got to say something. I would have put out a lawsuit too, because if you ain't got no credibility on what you saying, see, it's a time when you got niggas and real niggas. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes real niggas can be niggas too, to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? And you lose credibility, man, because nobody don't respect somebody that say something like that, but you ain't got no receipts. Now, if he made the track, Kendrick Lamar made the track, and you had receipts, okay, I can respect it. You can say, oh, that's what we looking for. Ooh, what girl? What little girls? Okay, ooh, he was a grown man. Drake was a grown man when that happened. You ain't got none of that kind of stuff. When he was a grown man with these little girls. So you just put out this big track, and for stupid people, this is the part why it's offensive. For stupid people, they believe it, bruh. They believe that. Smart people, I know, and even he might have been jabbing at him and know for sure, really didn't. But the bottom line is, though, you ain't had no receipts, and that's what we talking about. And really, we ain't got no receipts on you with some bad girls. I mean, we ain't seen you with no divas. We ain't seen Kendrick Lamar with no divas. Diva! Remember that on Fresh Prince when when Aunt Valerie, her sister came over, Diva. Hey man, listen, bro. I got too much funk for y'all to play with me. Now back to my enemies, these little gay niggas out here. Let me help you understand something. You see how I break stuff down, buddy? You see how much culture I got? Why? No. You take time to let lame niggas know where you at. Like I've been part of paying attention to the culture, and I've been know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I gotta drop my tag on that, my respect tag. Where you respect me and I drop a tag that you respect. You know what I mean? Showing you who I am. You can't talk like this. A gay nigga can't even get on a video and talk like this about the politics. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. You couldn't, man. Listen. We know you couldn't do this. That's what I'm saying. So how you gonna have my respect? How you gonna get the same kind of respect I get? When Drake like, oh, okay, yeah, I salute that. Now, I ain't kissing nobody but it's the truth. But you couldn't speak the truth like I can. So then how can you be like me? That's another punchline. You can see I'm not gay. I can't be, listen, I hate to say it, a gay dude can't break that down like that, man. Because you wasn't paying attention to it. You wasn't paying attention to that. You wasn't paying attention to none of that. You ain't paying attention to none of this. Like Kendrick ain't got nobody that he had sex with that we respect, like except for Gaga. What? Who else? Well, man, that's what it couldn't have been me, bro. It couldn't have been me. If Kendrick Lamar would have came out against me, I'm saying, hold up, bro. Hold up. First of all, wasn't I dating Serena Williams? Nah, that ain't kissing and tell. It's important. It's important. Everybody saw it anyway. You know, so everybody saw it anyway. It's not disrespecting her, and that's all I'm gonna keep saying. I'm not disrespecting Serena Williams, but yo, wasn't I dating Serena Williams at one time? And ain't she from Compton? She from old school Compton, by the way. She from old school Compton. Okay, so then that shows you my credibility sexually. Now, who you been with? Who you been? Oh, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. You most like you kind of hung out. You probably with Lady Gaga, right? You probably with Lady Gaga. Man, come on, man. Listen, man. I would have buried all of that situation with that. I would have told you, look, man, until you date somebody like Serena Williams, bruh, you know, we ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You like listen, bro. And then what type of man that tell you I am to be able to handle a fully voluptuous woman like that, buddy? Well, let's get into it. We don't know you can do the same thing until you do it. Okay, so I handle voluptuous women. What do you do? Oh, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. So not only do I have sex with women that we know, look at how she built. Look at the voluptuous woman she is. That's what I was handling in my bedroom. Now, what would you do? Now, show us. Oh, since you want to talk about sexuality, show us what kind of woman you handle in your bedroom, that we can size up to see what type of man you are. Lady Gaga, come on, bruh. That's all I'm saying, man. You can't make this kind of. And this is how you handle. This is another example of how you handle street politics, buddy. But you see how everybody's under the delusion of other stuff. You see how everybody's thinking this other stuff and thinking Kendrick Lamar had something going on. Now you see you don't you? That's 7 hours. Now you see he ain't have nothing going on, talking about they not like us. Yeah, you right. They dating Serena Williams. They done dated Serena Williams. What you have? What you done? Gaga, right? You right. He not like you. You ain't listen. You ain't date nobody that's worth noting. That's what we're talking about, buddy. You dated Gaga. You dated Gaga, bruh. Yo, Kendrick Lamar was with Gaga, bruh. Why y'all make the prophet have to point this out, man? Kendrick was with Gaga, bruh. Oh, gay people probably feel that. You feel that part, don't you? Well, we know gay people love Gaga, don't they? They love Gaga. Well, that's kind of good. Gay people saying it's kind of good, ain't they? That Kendrick might have been with Gaga. That's kind of good. That's kind of good, ain't it? That's kind of good, ain't it? Listen, bro, let me tell you something, man. Listen. A man like me, I never lose. You understand me? Because I'm with God's kingdom, bruh. Okay? That's why I never lose. Jay-Z he's not Birdman. Okay? When have you really heard Jay-Z just get on a video and talk about street principles like Birdman, and how Birdman pull up on people like the Breakfast Club right here in New York? How he pulled up on Angela Yee and Charlamagne and DJ Envy. He pulled up on all three of them. Yeah, Jay-Z ain't never pulled up on nobody like that. When and check people like the streets check people. When have you seen Jay-Z check people like the streets check people? I ain't seen it. I seen Birdman do it. I seen Birdman do it. When we seen Jay-Z check people like street people check people? You know what I mean? These days where you just get on a video and make and spaz, right? When we seen Jay-Z spaz, man? That's all I'm saying. How can you not do it? It's so much ignorance, ain't no way you can get around it. I even gotta do it as a prophet. How he ain't gotta do it? Oh, I get it, because he Jay-Z, he ain't got to do it. Man, you should never feel it's beneath you to do it. It's never beneath me to do it. I check whoever I need to check. I done it in this building. I done it out here on Utica Avenue. I check whoever I need to check. And once I check somebody, listen, in my case, I ain't talking about Jay-Z. I'm talking about in my case, when I check people, listen, bro, they know they've been checked. Person making noise, slamming things. I checked to that person. I came to the bathroom. Yo, stop making the noise. The person ain't say nothing. Okay, you got checked by a grown man. You can't come back from it. You can't. I don't care what you feel. You got checked. That's how you do it. I do it so good and easy, like a real man. I do it good and easy, like Sunday morning, like Lionel Richie. I'm easy like Sunday morning, buddy. I'm easy. Okay? Just like Sunday morning. Yeah. I'm easy. Yeah, yeah. Easy like Sunday morning. Morning. I wanna be high. Alright. But you get the point. But look, man. So high. Yeah, I wanna be free. Hey man, listen man, it's all in me, bro. That's what I'm saying. I come from North Carolina. You don't gotta ever doubt me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, I come from the funk. White people don't even know what I'm talking about when I say that. The funk is eternal. The funk don't ever play out. I'm just applying the funk to warfare, spiritual warfare, buddy. That's why I'm winning. They can't beat the funk. You can never beat it. The funk is blackness. You can't beat blackness. You can't beat the funk. That's something that the white man didn't master. He didn't master the funk, did he? No, not really. Not really. You got a couple funky dudes, that's white boys. You got a couple funky white boys. I put it like that. But they can master all that rap and stuff, what that tell you. But they can master even R&B, but they couldn't master the funk. You know why? Because the funk had nothing but elements of blackness. How you as a white boy how you gonna be a master of all elements of blackness? That's what the funk represents. If you don't know, for these little corny white people, oh well, the funk, I heard it in jingles on Duncan Hines commercial. I heard it on the a funky song on the Duncan Hines commercial, and that's what they start doing with the funk, putting it in these commercials. You know what I mean? Back in the 90s, putting funky, and guess what? People started thinking the funk was like some novelty type of situation. Oh, yeah, that happened. But then you still go to black people's house and they playing the funk, right? That part. We never stopped. You did. See, I never stopped being funky. Y'all did. Oh, listen, you can't be funky in gang stalking and in secret societies. No, there ain't no funk there, buddy. Oh, nah, you sterile, buddy. You smell like medicine. You smell like medicine. You smell like medicine. Yo, that's not the streets, bro. That's not the funk, man. Okay? Ain't no way the Freemasons gonna have the funk, man. Ain't no way Illuminati got the funk, man. You can rap, you can sing, no funk, man. You ain't gonna never have the funk, buddy. Because blackness will not apply to your format. Blackness won't apply to foolishness, especially against other black people, for no reason. Oh, we got the funk when we oppose each other. Oh yeah. Oh, we slide on each other. So my funk is still black. Hey, that's double the funk because hey, I can show you funk where black people slide on each other. You can't ever get me by no little sucker punch sucker. You a lame nigga, and we gonna make sure it's understood. We gonna make sure it's understood. We don't care nothing about what you talking about. We gonna go by information. We gonna go blow for blow, and we see that you are not the funky nigga I am. No, you not. No. Listen, buddy, you ain't got. All you got is a police funk, buddy. You got police funk. You can't see me. You can't see me. I explained that all these people in the black community been having sex with their own family. You obviously didn't see the funk I got. Huh? Oh, I got political funk. Hey, I got political funk, bruh. You throw out insults to get you killed. Now they want you dead. Oh, yeah. They want that person over there dead. Well, they waiting for you. You gotta come out. You gotta come out. They know, listen, they know who I am. They know you just saying these insults to try to get to me. And listen, the insults that you wielding around is why they want you dead. Hey, listen, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Did I make you talk? Did I make you call me a pedophile? You couldn't prove it. Okay, so then that's why they want you dead, bro. Okay, listen, I ain't changing nothing. I ain't trying to help you at all. Didn't he just say that? Of course he did. He think I'm stupid. Listen, because you said that, listen, they want you dead in the streets. I don't care. Listen, listen, that's part of the funk. Sometimes we gotta eliminate these lame niggas, don't we? Oh, well, yeah. The funk eliminates some of these lame niggas. And you thought it was gonna be me. No, it's gonna be these lame gay niggas that played in my lane. We ain't, listen, man, you ain't got no kind of funk, and we know it. You can listen to all these songs and dance. That ain't no funk. That ain't the funk we talking about. You could say for black people, it ain't no gay funk. Oh, no. It ain't no gay funk. It ain't no gay funk. What a gay funk at? What a gay funk? What a lesbian funk? Oh, come on, man. Listen, I ain't going too far. I'm showing you how old school gonna look at it, buddy. You can listen. I'm gonna show you how old school gonna look at it. All you saying is stuff like a little child, but you ain't got nothing credible like he do. You ain't got nothing credible. You listen, y'all ain't even got no funk, man. Gay people, that's why you weird and strange like you are. You know why? Because you ain't got no funk, buddy. Because it goes against the rules of blackness. You know what I'm saying? No, for the most part, the highest levels of committee do not agree. I'm talking about the old school established committee, do not agree with homosexuality and lesbianism. We'll agree with it. Not as a committee. The old school committee. No, we don't. That's why some people never came out. Because it was not accepted in our community. That's why I can show you George Jefferson, Herman Shanley. Everybody know George Jefferson was gay. Why he didn't come out? Richard Pryor was not openly gay, but he was gay. Luther Vandross was obviously gay. And even Michael Jackson was gay and probably a platonic person that didn't want to have sex. Okay, Michael Jackson wasn't know. How we know? Because he had all that fame. How you got all that fame and you ain't having sex with all these women? Man, come on, man. Don't be retarded, bro. How you Michael Jackson and you ain't having sex with your shades on, bro? You Michael Jackson, how you ain't having sex with shades on, bro? You Michael Jackson. That's how we know something was wrong with him. Ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me I'm Michael Jackson and I ain't running through all these females. You crazy. I'm Michael Jackson. That's what I would say. I'm drunk. I be drunk. Yo, I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson. Hey, Michael probably ain't even never have no moments like that, did he? Yo, I'm Michael Jackson, man. What y'all talking about, man? Hey. Michael done took a couple lines of cocaine. I mean, I'm Michael Jackson, man. What y'all talking about, man? Hey, no, let's just say he done hit, let's say he ain't no crack addict, but he hit the pipe just one time. Hey, come on, let's keep it real. You know some niggas do, right? Oh, I hit the pipe, I hit him one time, right? Hey, Michael, yeah, man, yes, man, I'm Michael Jackson, man. Listen. I hit that pipe. Let me hit the pipe one time, man. Man, listen, man. Hey, you tell me if he wasn't a homie, he wouldn't have done that. Oh, of course. Man, man, give me that, man. Give me that. Give me that, man. Give me that. Give me that, man. I'm Michael Jackson, man. Come on, man. Let me hit that. Yeah, man. Let me tell you something, man. And ain't nobody can say nothing, man. Listen, ain't nobody can say nothing. Man, I'm Michael Jackson, man. You know who I am? Man, come on, listen, man. Listen, let me tell you something, man. You see my strut, man. You see my strut. It's mean on the scene, bro. You see my strut, man. Like, listen, man. I'm Michael Jackson, man. Come on, you know how. Listen, I'm Michael, bro. I'm Michael Jackson, man. Ain't no nigga gonna say, yo, we get it. You gonna let that nigga say that as long as he want. Hey, he the only nigga can say it over and over again, and nobody gonna say nothing. Hey, let me hit that pipe one time, man. Let me tell you something, man. I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Thriller, bro. Listen, man. Listen, do you hear what I'm saying to you, man? I can moonwalk. You see how I moonwalk? You see how I moonwalk, man? Man, listen, man. I can do it high. I can do it while I'm high right now. I can do it anytime. I can do it anytime. I'm built like this. I'm Michael. I'm built like this. I run through all these females. I run through it. Listen. That's how Michael will be these days, bro. Like, listen. If Michael wasn't having sex with another female, you telling me he wasn't gay? Man, yeah, he was. He was either bisexual or what they call asexual, where he ain't having sex with nobody, but he gay in his mentality or something. But he ain't having sex or whatever. I don't know, man. But ain't no way in the world. How we know Michael wasn't normal in his sexuality is because he had too much fame and he had the funk. How you got the funk? He had the funk. How you got the funk and you got fame and you, come on, let's keep it real. We know he wasn't no Christian, right? Come on. Okay, so it wasn't that you was a religious man. So then, okay, you Michael, you dancing around and you got the funk and no girls, no women, nowhere? Come on, man, that don't add up, bro. That's the saddest part of Michael Jackson's legacy. He never really had a woman, a lady in his life. That's the saddest part, and I'm not saying that in a funny way. He didn't have no woman in his life, bro. That's Michael Jackson. He should have been out here on the set, on the strip, out here drinking, out here on the strips. That's how he should have been, bro. But you know what I mean? Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right, bro. And you know it and I know it. Come on, man. We know that. Let's be real. Let's be real. We know that. Come on. All that fame and we don't see nothing. We don't see no females. All that fame. That's what black man should have been talking about. That's what a black man gonna say. That's what this black man gonna say. All that fame and no women. All that fame. And you all over the world. And you don't got no women we can see. Some bad women. Nowhere? Man, come on, bro. Come on, listen, man, ain't no way in the world a black man with the funk like that is straight, but we don't see no women, all the women he had access to. All different types of women, all kinds. And you telling me he ain't have sex with none of them women? Come on, man, come on, listen. That's the first thing a black man should have been saying, man. All that fame Michael Jackson had, and we don't see no women. I'm not saying you gotta have sex with the whole world, but come on. No women? Nah, that's not normal. That's not normal. Eventually you gonna pick somebody. I'm gonna pick somebody eventually. If I might not find my soulmate, but hey, listen. I'm gonna pick something. I'm about to pick somebody. That's real. I'm about to pick me somebody, bruh. I'm right there. That's good enough right there. Hey, how you doing? I'm Michael Jackson. How you doing? Come here. I'm Michael. Come here. I'm Michael. I know who you are. Yeah, of course you know who I am. Hey, man, look, man. That's how you know something wasn't right. Prince had females. Prince had bad females too. Did he have sex with all of them? No, but I guarantee he had sex with some of them you didn't think about. Like I always wonder if he had sex with some the band, Wendy and Lisa and all of them. Oh, come on, man, come on. He probably did. He probably did, man. Listen, but they ain't gonna tell it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna kiss and tell. But I figure Prince had sex with some people we wouldn't even think about in the music industry. Some people we ain't even know nothing, that we wouldn't even never guess that had sex with Prince. People we ain't even never guess. That had sex with him. People that we couldn't even like. I think he had sex with Madonna, of course. That's why I know he had sex with Madonna. I know he did. He might have did. Well, I ain't sure, but I bet he did. Because after her, and listen, this is the facts, this is the history. After her split from her main boyfriend that was on the movies and everything, y'all know which one I'm talking about. She went to hang with Prince in the studio after that. After she split with her husband. I forget that dude's name. I know when I hear it though. But anyway, after she split with him, she went to the studio with Prince. So listen, I think it was the